There we go. Ah. It is Saturday, everybody.
It is Saturday. Where the hell?
Hold up. Whatever. I'll worry about that later. The cats took the the windscreen off on my mic. I mean, shouldn't be a problem, but it's just something I just noticed. How's everybody's Saturday doing so far? Christian, how are you? This might be a silly question, but why didn't you include the in Fantastic Four? Because I didn't realize it was the Fantastic Four in the title. So we are fixing it. There you go. It is now fixed. I literally just thought it was Fantastic Four First Steps. That's why. No conspiracy about it. What's up, 10K? I'm not gonna make it today. My best friend is having a gender reveal party, and I'm really excited. Like a brother to me, and I kind of honest. I want to be like an uncle to his kid. I do have a couple of questions. What would you do if you had your own magic copy machine? I talked about that multiple times in this week's episode. I would just break down all of my content creation across the board, across different versions of me, and then we could all just relax at the end of the day. 2, you guys need to watch my videos. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing a lot of the times when you guys ask me questions like that, because I know why you asked it, and I answer that question in the video. Actually, when it happens, even. Anyway, sorry. That just it's baffling at times. Let's see. Number 2, will you be checking out Marvel Zombies? The reaction is already up on Patreon. Put it up this morning. I'm going to try to have the YouTube edit out tomorrow. 3, do you have someone you have been friends with for years and is like family to you and also is never revealed in the show? So no spoilers, but Dipper's real name is Mason. I've had a bunch of people point that out up until this point. Yeah, I did. Mason and Mabel. But yeah, I did learn that the show never addresses it, so that is perfectly fine. I've known a couple of Masons, but not too many. Also, with them being on Earth X, do you think we'll see Red Sun Superman? Well, Red Sun Superman is not on Earth X. Earth X's Superman is like Overman or something like that. It's not Red Sun Superman. Red Sun Superman is Russian, so that's a completely different one. Also, one last one. How do you feel about the new Wolverine game? It looks sick as hell. I love what they've shown off so far. The brutality is fitting and beautiful. I'm excited. Super excited. Let's see. I'm caught up on Hell of a Boss, and man, that is a fantastic show. I see why you love it so much. I'm glad we hooked another one, boys. We got another one. And, well, I probably shouldn't say, but I know there's another channel out there right now that has not covered Hell of a Boss that is planning on doing so. So I am excited for that as well, because as a person who consumes a lot of them, I have a whole other batch to start down. I also love Hell of a Boss. Hell yeah. Quick question. I hope you can see this. It's me, the Anger Issues guy from last stream. I want to know how you feel. I feel like you would know that this was sent a lot in Squat 186. Is that good or not? I have no idea. I'm not a gym guy. I mean, I go to the gym, but I don't know what's good or what's what. I just do. I don't know. I mean, it's okay, I guess. I really don't know. I don't have like a good gauge of that. Honestly, I don't even know what I squat. I just throw a bunch of shit on there. Favorite characters obviously stole us for me. He's so cute. I don't know if I can stay for the full stream, but I'll try. Also, for me right now, it's 1:13. Well, you got in here fucking early then. Yeah, no, this was at 1:13. So yeah, you were posting these 3 hours ago. Got 1 hour of sleep last night. Kind of played too much playing with my little sister and I accidentally broke in my bed. What's a pull? Have you seen Green Mile? Yes, I've seen Green Mile many times, many times. It's a really great movie. Well, at least for me, it is. I mean, it's pretty universally loved. So it's certainly not just you. I was just checking to see the super stickers, and one of them was a lemon. Kind of reminds me of Lemon Graham. I think that's his name. What's up, Trainaneer 2? How are you? Let's see. Was pleasantly surprised when you mentioned Georgia Dow in one of your Hell of a Boss reactions. I love her analyses of characters, themes, and stories. Same. I don't even remember what the first video of hers was that drew me to her channel. But I love watching her breakdowns of fictional characters and giving her own psychological profile of everybody, her understanding. I don't always agree, but I love her perspective. A lot of the time, like I'd say like 95% of the time, I completely agree with her take. But I just love her work, and you know how she really gets into a lot of the stuff too, because you can tell how emotional she gets talking about some of the stuff she's talking about too. So she quite clearly cares. Let's see. I really hope he pops up in Peacemaker, and since they're on a Earth with a Baba, the best person for the job is the main man, the main robot himself, GI. I've seen that comment everywhere. Either somebody would be like, send GI Robot, or GI Robot would be, you know, this would be his favorite place to be, or just people would just comment coin operated boy, and you automatically know. And yes, indeed, we need to, dude, if that's a cameo we get, that would be fantastic. Is anyone else noticing how stacked November and December are with both movies and shows? I have, because I know I'm going to be busy as fuck during those 2 months. What's up, JC? How are you? What's up, The Hunter? Hope you're well. I have briefly returned, if you remember me. I do. I'm here because I've heard that either Moscow or Elijah might be bugging you about Ruby. They haven't yet. Like, I don't know where you heard that from, but nobody has bugged me about it just yet. Other than some people in the chat has been trying to utilize them, or talking about how they react to it, it's doing well and all this kind of stuff, and that they've been loving it and that I should do it. But neither of them have actually themselves reached out and pestered me about it just yet. What's up, Bianca and Aaron? How are you? What's up, Albert? Hope you had a great week. How are you? I'm doing good, doing good. I finally finished Solitaire, and that book nearly had me to tears by the end of it. Chronologically, this book takes place after Volume 4 of Heartstopper, which is where Charlie sits down to talk to his parents about him struggling with having anorexia. You can definitely tell this was Alice Osmond's at the start of her writing career. Also come out of Solitaire loving Tori a whole lot more, mainly because I now understand a lot more of her character a lot more now. Well, hell yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the journey and the trip. I've still only dabbled in the show, so I haven't really gone down that road, but she's probably my favorite character in the show anyway. But yeah, hell yeah, man, you did it. How's my week been? It's been good, Trainaneer. How about yourself? What's up, Brody Reeves? How are you? What's up, Darkly? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Michael Hack? How are you? Trainaneer, seriously, why do you have 3 accounts? Why are you in the... like, I appreciate it. You're fluffing my numbers, I assume. Again, YouTube probably writes that shit out because you're all sharing the same IP. Why? Just tell me why. I need to know why. You have 3 accounts in here. You've got this one, Trainaneers 2, and you got Razorverse. Because we know that's you. And no, I don't have any questions for you. Stop it. What's up, Nico? How are you, dude? Love the Hollow Mask Ichigo icon, man. Street Fighter 2026 is going to bang, cough, cough, because Arena Valingdam. Wait, who said that? Cough, cough. Wait, she's in it? As who? Who's she playing? The cast so far is pretty interesting. I'm very, very curious about it. Yo, bro, have any news for us? Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. What's the background music? It's Vacay. It's a 80s mix of Vacay to Bone Town. Let's see. What's up, Jesse? I thought you would know. Unfortunately, I do not. Let's see. Well, I must say, we are excited for Has Been Hotel Season 2. Me as well. You keep saying Session 2. That's something I've also noticed, and I'm kind of curious as to why that is. Let's see. Which movie are you more excited to see? Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? I think just purely because of my bias, probably Mortal Kombat, even though I didn't love the last one. But Street Fighter, as live action films go, I don't. They haven't had a great track record. I mean, I enjoy the original one for how campy and cheesy it is, but well, I don't know. I'd probably have to like lean for Mortal Kombat on my front. I'm back here. Welcome back. Anything is possible in 2023. I was 300 plus pounds, started working out in April of 2024, ended 2024 at 229. Hell yeah, dude, that's wild. And currently I've gone down to 208. Keep it up, man. That's a lot. Hell yeah. So anyways, my bad. I just thought you would know what is considered good or not. Well, I unfortunately I do not. Since I was ahead of America, to be the first ones to watch the new Has Been Hotel seasons. Amazon, it all releases at the same time. It's all based. It's just going to release at the same time and given time zone. We should be getting it at the same time. Amazon doesn't work like some of the other places, so we should have it at the same time. I believe. Really hope I can stay. My Wi-Fi has been really bad recently. I found out adorably endearing ad vigilante being amused by the smallest details in his Earth X house. Yeah, it was delightful. It was hilarious though. Oh, this chipmunk is now a squirrel. Now there's 3 cats instead of 6. Now it's Cheerios, spelled slightly differently. Did I see the Mandalorian Grogu teaser trailer? Yeah, I ended up watching it in my own time. It's fine. It was very much so a nothing trailer. I'm kind of glad I didn't take the time to make a video for it. It's fine. It doesn't look any different. It just looks like another episode of the show, which is mildly disappointing since it's getting the theatrical bump. There's some cool things, some cool action shots in it. Outside of that, it didn't really boost my hype at all. What's up, Tadarius? How are you? Alien Earth series I think it was fun and amazing watch. I did as well. I don't love it. I still have my issues with it, but I enjoyed the ride. I had a lot of fun with it, and the questions that they were posing to everybody. Long live Paper Jam Dipper. Well, Paper Jam Dipper didn't want to live very long. He celebrated his demise, so you can only imagine the pain that poor thing was in. I really love the Wolverine game trailer. I would have liked to see a reaction from you, but you already watched. Yeah, I already watched. I watched all the game stuff that I was at least interested in when that stuff dropped. What's up, Omni? Finished watching your reaction to F4 First Steps not long ago. Really enjoyed it. Been a good year for comic book movies. I think that was my personal favorite that came out this year. Out of comic book movies, yeah, I think so too. I did like it more than Superman, and as a and that's saying something, I think, too, for somebody who's got a strong DC bias. But yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot. Gunn said in an interview yesterday that we will see G.I. Robot in live action someday, but not on Peacemaker, sadly. Damn, this is a perfect time to do that. Also, you probably didn't see it, but I did mention maybe you should try An Uncomfortable Truth. No, I mentioned it. We talked about it. I read your comment last week. You don't have to. I would just love for your opinion on it. Well, I can't do everybody's every reaction request I get. I can't do, man. What I do. But I appreciate it all the same. How are the cats? All are good. All very, very good right now. I just started learning how to, and I run my first chapter book. Learning how to what? You didn't tell me what you learned how to do. Regarding the Moscow Elijah thing, I saw a comment on Moscow's Blue Sky about, although it's during a reply, so worried you'd see a spoiler if you search for it. So don't, I guess. Glad chat is making me proud. Yes, they are. So are they over there scheming? Yeah, I would be afraid to go check it out just in case, just for the trailer or the spoiler reasons. But we shall. Well, who knows? We'll see. We'll figure it out eventually. Do I? Did you see the OD knock teaser? I saw a little bit of it. I still have no idea what I'm looking at when I'm watching it, though. The Wolverine game is indeed real. Omni, what makes you think I know who the fuck the Traineers is? Well, Traineers one has 2 accounts and has been pushing a character named Razor on me for a while now. So I see Razorverse and their little fanfic world, and I assume you're part of it. Because it's not the first time they've had a character, another username in here with Razor in the name. And it could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not you. Let's see. I've started training here. I don't see any trains here. Reina equals Julie. Oh, interesting. Okay. My apologies, Omni, but I'll be back hopefully. All good, all good. Actually, it may have been this and they may have renamed it because I recognize this icon. I don't even know anymore. I'm just going to proceed. So that was the song in the background I recognize. I saw weapons. Hell yeah, good on you. Let's see. How do you feel about Alien Earth? Because I think it was fun and fire. I just replied to that earlier. Sessions 2 as spell correction. Okay. Is weapons good? I don't want to waste my time on it if it's bad. Well, I haven't seen it yet, so everybody else is borderline obsessed with it, though. Just found your channel like a week ago, binged your Owl House reactions and Moon Knight reactions, and subscribed immediately. Well, given your icon, maybe if you're just now getting into stuff, check out my Bleach 1000-Year Blood War reactions. Let's see. Do you think Nancy should end up with Jonathan or Steve at the end of the show? I think she should wind up with no one. She don't need none of those stupid boys. None of them are good for each other at this point. They've all matured and moved on. Just be single and leave them. Dump them all behind and just be Nancy. Go somewhere else. Go fulfill your dreams and fuck them both. I love Steve, but I think Steve, as much as they were like, oh, are they going to get back together in the last season? I'm just like, I think he's grown. I think he's understood. I don't think he needs to backpedal at all. I don't think either of them do, but clearly Nancy and Jonathan are not working out at the moment either. Let's see. Hey, Mr. Omni, did you know the new poster? Did I know the new poster for Has-Been? Was this like a? Did you have to retype this, or did you just send that out as you went? No, you did. No. Yes, I've seen the new poster. I have definitely seen the new poster. It was leaked a long time ago. I saw it back then as well, but it's the same thing. It's a cool poster. A lot of people missing from the poster, and people are getting really in their heads about why that is. And I think it's pretty obvious. They're definitely triangle between 11. Make it in, well, definitely before a lot of the triangle in season 5 of them. Yes. Person, I'm gonna fight the streets. Miles Teller, say that again. I don't get that one. I watched Weapons, it was amazing. Oh, and I just reached level 2700 in a game. Not going to say the game. Well, I probably wouldn't know what it is, considering I don't know a game that goes that high. The Gen V episode was great. I think Cypher definitely has mind-controlling powers. I'm not so certain, but we shall see. What's up, Ginger? How are you? Welcome, welcome. A little bit of me was kind of hoping they weren't Nazis, though, because of how nice they were. Well, only the people we saw were nice, and they were nice to people that were like them. That doesn't automatically make them nice people, you know. Quick question. Does Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel count as anime or non-anime? It depends on who you ask, because technically, if you ask somebody who lives in Japan, all animation is considered anime. Anime is literally their word for animation as a whole. They call King of the Hill anime, they call The Simpsons anime. For us, pretty much anyone outside of Japan, anime specifically refers to Japanese animation. So to qualify as anime on that front, it has to be anime. It has to be animated in Japan or by a Japanese animation studio. So, in one case, yes. In our context, no. Don't know what to talk about, as I mostly just go to work when watch YouTube play or game and read books and draw or work out, kinda. Hell yeah. 3 pro wrestlers, a rapper, UFC champion, a comedian, YouTuber are all in Street Fighter, and I don't care because Reina Validem is badass and will steal the show. Calling her right now, and she's pretty. Definitely all of those things, and I'm not familiar with a lot of the people that have been cast so far, like from previous works. Either way, though, they are casting people that look pretty close to their game counterparts, so I'm curious to see how it will do. Your background music sounds like Varaska's music from Spring Broken. That's because it is, which is what I said just a little bit ago. What is my favorite Star Wars movie? That is Revenge of the Sith. You don't have to react to it. Maybe read it in your own time. Also making a book. Not going to talk about it. Okay, well, I'm definitely not going to be reading anything anytime soon. I've got way too many other books I need to get into, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Did I watch X-Men Wolverine in my own time? I did indeed. We just talked about it a second ago here, but I think some of these chats came after I answered that, though. It looks awesome. It looks so good, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. There's a new trailer for Stranger Things. There was a behind the scenes, and it included some shots, but it was more of a retrospective than an actual trailer. So I didn't watch it. I'm not watching any trailers going into season 5 anyway. I'm definitely trying to avoid that. I'm so happy that Marvin Jones is part of Spider-Man Brand New Day. He was great in Black Lightning as Tobias Whale. Yes, he was. And that casting has me pretty damn excited. Let's see. Personally, I think First Steps needed a little more time in the oven, but it was very good. Best F4 movie. Top 2025 movie for me, for sure. I don't know what I would have tweaked or improved personally, other than Johnny Storm's fire effects. Obviously, that was a decision and a choice. I don't think it looked great a lot of the time. Let's see. It's sad how your numbers are lower than your actual views. I'm confused. Which numbers are we talking about here? Do you mean like on the stream? I'm curious what you're referring to. Tombstone. I'm something of a whale myself. Just so you know, An Uncomfortable Truth is a book. Okay, well that clears things up a little bit. I think based on some of the context clues, I was finally kind of getting that, but yeah, there's no way in hell I'm getting to any new books anytime soon. My backlog is extensive. almost as bad as my game backlog at the moment, if not worse. I believe Aurora is saying the stream numbers. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's always been like that. The streams are never going to be as big as any of the videos. And God forbid, if they were, most people just don't come to the channel for the streams. They come for the videos and stuff like that. And plus, time zones and stuff like that. People are going to miss out on it. And if there was that many people in here watching just this stream every Saturday, I'd never get through any of your chats. Let's see. I'm glad you love the Fantastic Four that much. I thought it was fine. Shocked a bit that you liked it more than Superman, to be honest. I just think it was a better movie than Superman. Like, there's some great moments in Superman, for sure. But I do feel like it was tonally inconsistent at times. Like, I liked it a lot. I just didn't love Superman. I wanted to love it, but I mean, I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I just liked Fantastic Four more. I think it was a much more consistent film the whole way through. The Mando trailer, I went from so excited to not so much after reading the comments. People suck, man. I haven't even bothered to look at the comments on it, though. I mean, when it comes to Star Wars and stuff like that, there's only a couple of people whose opinions I actually kind of care about when it comes to it, other than my own. And other than that, I don't bother to read any of that shit anymore, man. It's a cesspool most of the time either way. Let's see. I read my first chapter book. Hell yeah. Feel insulted as I don't know the fuck who the Trainer is, but I understand why. It's okay. I didn't look at your profile picture the last time, too, because there was a consistent profile picture that was being used the last time around. And actually, I think it was just Razor last time, so I apologize for my snap judgment. I just don't understand it, because I know Trainer has 3 accounts in here. and one of the names has already been changed, so now it just makes it even harder to figure it out. Did you see X-Men Days of Future Past? One of my favorites. Yes, I did. When it came out, I saw that in theaters. It's phenomenal. So good. Oh. Let's see. I think Weapons might be overrated, but it is good, so I'm okay with the hype. I thought the Mando was coolio and can't wait for it, even if it is another episode. Who cares? And I just don't think as a teaser it did much to build any anticipation or hype. The coolest thing in the trailer, I think, was the hut in the middle of the Coliseum and Zeb fucking some people up. Why do I have a feeling that Luna will find a boyfriend and maybe even marry him? I mean, that would be a big first step. You know, boyfriend and then immediate marriage. But who knows? We'll see. I do hope she finds somebody at some point. But eventually, that would be the case if everything works out. But as like an immediate plot point, who's to say? A movie that everyone so far can agree with is a good movie is a good thing. I agree with that. Let's see. Have I seen Invisiraptor? I have not. This is the first I've heard of it. What's up, Roberto? How are you doing? I'm excited for my birthday on Tuesday. Happy early birthday. Just saw the new Vibsy Pop show, and it was all right. Oh yeah, the pilot for Homestuck came out today. I didn't expect it to come out so soon. I might try to watch that later tonight if I have time, but I do want to get around to it at some point and finally see what this thing is that the internet's talked about for almost 20 years now. So I've heard quite a few funny things, such as it's time to get blowed. Okay. I love that you enjoyed Fantastic Four First Steps. Great reaction, by the way. Thank you, Ginger. Appreciate the compliment. Let's see. I liked a Invisible Raptor, but it was kind of funny, especially the dance. Okay. Gotta catch Jamal. How are you? What's up, Omni? Do you plan on reacting to more anime in the future? I do. When is the bigger question, but I do want to get into some of the anime that I have not had the time or opportunity to get into. So, yeah, there's a couple that's on that list. Obviously, Demon Slayer, JJK, like all the popular shit right now. Solo Leveling, what's that one? Chainsaw Man, all that shit. Those are the main ones I can think of off the top of my head. For the new Batman in this universe, would you want to see him in a dark blue, yellow and gray suit? Finally in live action, or his regular all black suit? I'm gonna go with the dark blue, gray, and yellow. That's what I'm going with at the moment. Bring that classic Batman the Animated Series look right into it. Let's see. Also, I watched Hazbin Hotel Pilot when it first came out. Hell yeah, good for you, good for you. I remember when you first saw the Hazbin Hotel reaction. Guess what? Where are we at right now? When was that? I don't remember times anymore. It feels like it's been a lot longer than a year. I mean, it's been over a year, but still, it feels like it's been a lot longer than that. Let's see. How do you remember all the info about the shows you watched? I just remember. I don't. I can't tell you how the brain works, but the brain works. I definitely don't take notes. I know Blind Wave and I know some of the other channels like them and Bad Medicine take notes while they're reacting. I can't do that. I can't multitask on that level. I just remember. That's why sometimes I forget details or misremember certain things, but for the most part, I just straight up stick with what's in my head. But I think the only time I ever took notes, because I was for Dark though. I did take notes for that, but it was after the episodes. It was never during the reactions when I was trying to keep everything straight in my head. And then I also had one of our users made a guide for the character relationships that was spoiler free and was it evolved episode to episode, and it was one of the coolest things I've seen. It was a super useful tool. Other than that, I've never had to write anything down. Let's see, where did I leave off here? I lost track of everything. I'll just so you know, the book I'm making will be a BL. Will be a BL. I don't know what that means. Sounds like an interesting book, Joe. Did you hear that Helva Boss might actually lose or rise again, depending on season 3? What does that even mean? What would the show lose? Or do you mean imp? What do you mean? Aurora, what do you mean? Let's see. I'm so glad Stranger Things is returning to the spooky season release for its final season. Except it's not. It doesn't come out in October. It comes out in November. So it's not. It comes out, then part 1 comes out on Thanksgiving Day in November here. Part 2 is on Christmas Day. Part 3 is on New Year's. So they're skipping October completely. I believe Aurora's saying the stream numbers. Did you watch the Wicked for Good trailer? I have not. Or are you not watching certain trailers now? I'm so excited for this movie. I'm just not watching or reacting to that many trailers anymore, just because purely time. I don't have time. I've been neck deep in editing episodes and movies and stuff that I don't have time for a trailer. So most of the time I either just watch it on my own time or I just let it fly away. but I have not watched this one yet. You heard Disney is raising their prices again, probably for Disney Plus. Well, it is for Disney Plus. It's not probably, it is. Gosh, why are they so greedy? It's mostly because the shows keep getting more and more expensive. That's the only way to improve their cash stream for it. And also, it might even be to make up for all the cancellations. They're trying to mitigate all the cancellations from the boycott recently. Probably. Could you imagine the chaos? The chaos for what? I'm confused by this one. Anyways, what character do you hate the most? Like on the hero side? Of what? I need context. When you guys ask me questions, I need context. What are we talking about? Let's see. I enjoyed the Owl House. I'm sure you enjoy Hilda by Luke Pearson. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I've heard good things about it. It's on my list of animated shows to eventually get through. But yeah. Is it me or is your hair red? My hair is most certainly not red. It's definitely brunette. It's definitely brown. My brother's a redhead, though. I am not. The BL. I don't understand this BL thing. And no one has clarified yet what that means. Because I keep thinking Black Lightning. Because we just talked about Black Lightning. BL. The BL? What the fuck is BL? People know, apparently. Boy love. Okay. What Marvel games did you play in your lifetime? I played, shit. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. I don't think I ever played 3. There was a Marvel fighting game that was on the PlayStation I played. And then the Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, the movie games. Spider-Man 3, the game, and then the Insomniac Spider-Man games, and that's that. And then the Wolverine video game. Those are the only ones I think I've played. I think that is the only ones I've played. I really like BL. I need an answer. What the fuck is BL? What's okay? Albert Einstein in the future here says, "What's BL? Boy love?" And then yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, thank you. That's all I needed to know. I don't know these things. I'm old as fuck compared to half y'all, so I don't know what the hell that means. I was sitting here be like, Black Lightning? We just talked about Black Lightning. That's the only thing I got. I don't know, you're all slang. God damn. I'm almost fucking 40 over here. Where are we at? If has been is has been, then why did Stryker look like Alistair? They don't look anything the same. You guys are throwing me some weird questions and comments so this time around that I just don't know how to answer or react to be honest. I feel like Fantastic Four focuses more on the main four and Superman had so many characters to juggle. I like both of them. I do like both of them, but I do, if I had to pick one over the other, I do think I like Fantastic Four movie. What do you think of Mystique in the Wolverine trailer? I mean, the quick glimpse we got of her, she looks great. Looks like a very comic book, straight off the page kind of Mystique. I'm very interested to see who all else is going to make appearances. We got a couple of little cameos sprinkled all throughout the trailer. But yeah, I think she looks fantastic. I'm dyeing my hair red for a third time in my life, but first I have to get a haircut and then I can dye my hair. Well, hell yeah, get it on. I haven't dyed my hair in such a long time, and I don't know if I'll ever do it again. What are your thoughts on James Cameron's new chapter of Avatar? I have not watched the trailer for it. I'll get around to it eventually. Well, I'll watch the trailer probably on my own time. Probably not going to react to it, but I mean, just like with the other ones, I don't have any love or excitement for that universe. But I did like the last movie. I did like the last movie a lot. But it's just, I don't know. I'm curious to see where the story goes from here, though, all the same. Just because I'm just morbidly curious, because as much as he legally assaulted the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender over the title of their show, he keeps ripping off their ideas all the same. I just want to change that up. I don't like that loop nearly as much. All right. Let's see. What would you recommend, Nico? Loves to Nico. What Marvel games or DC games did you play over before you joined YouTube? This may have been a deleted comment because I think I saw that get retracted. Or no, a different one did. I'm trying to sync us up here so I can figure this out a little bit better. Yeah, it was retracted. I think probably because I just answered it. Mr. Omni, I think you know who has 3 accounts is going to see who is what is happening. Okay. After we see that Wolverine game, I seriously need to make an X-Men game next. That would be pretty solid. I didn't think I'd enjoy Marvel's Zombies, but boy did I. It was a lot of fun. Hope you get around to reacting to it. It's on Patreon at the moment, working on the YouTube edit, hoping to have it out tomorrow, but we will see. What is Homestuck? It's an old webcomic that is now getting an animated series through a new studio that Spindlehorse just churned up in Australia. But I liked it. It was fine. I didn't love it, but I had fun. I had a good time with it. I wasn't excited for it by any means when they announced it, but it was a good time. There was some cool stuff in it, some great visuals, but yeah, I'm not in love with it, but it's an enjoyable watch. It wasn't a waste of time. Let's see. Who doesn't want to see both Wicked and Zootopia as a Barbenheimer-like double feature? I don't know if I would compare those two as Barbenheimer enough. Those are such stark, contrasting, different, like tonally, aesthetically, intent, all of it. Like they're like polar opposites of movies. I don't know that Wicked and Zootopia are that polar opposite to technically be a Barbenheimer. It'd just be a double feature, I think. Let's see. I forgot everything I've read or watched. It's okay. Damn, I forgot like everything I've read or watched. It just depends on how much I care about it, you know? Like there's some things that I'll forget, especially, or how long ago I've watched it or whatever. Like when I was watching, like with 1,000 Year Blood War, just to kind of go back to that, I read the manga. The thing is, I hated it when I read it. I did not like that arc at all, reading it. And a lot of it, there's a couple of key moments that I remember, but I feel like I'm watching it for the first time because I can't remember anything that happened in that, mostly because I did not give a shit. I thought it was terrible, and there was a couple of moments that really stood out while reading it, and those are the things that I did remember, even in the even when watching when they adapted it. But for the most part, I didn't remember how most of the story played out. or what was new, what wasn't, because they added a lot in the anime. So there's stuff like that too. And my memory is bad. Got a pretty okay one sometimes. It depends. Have I seen Cherry Magic? I've never heard of it, so that's going to be a no. I'm struggling with trying to finish Wednesday Season 2 Part 2. Why are you struggling? Just bang it out. Just get it done. I say that like it's simple. And here I am. You know, people have busy lives. I get it. I'm just teasing. Let's see. The Japanese one. Don't think so. Anime or book. Hope Husk gets a girlfriend and or a wife/husband. Husk and Angel are 100% going to be a thing. Especially, even more so, I believe, that after the teaser we got for Has Been Season 2. If you're looking into anime, I suggest Beastars is one of your suggestions because I absolutely love it as a manga and an anime. That would be an interesting one, I'm sure. Got me interested. Second thoughts, I can transcribe the Moscow Blue Sky interaction here. Sure, go for it. Let's see. Perhaps you could react to Laurel and Hardy. No. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but it's definitely... It would have to be, like, forced upon me via poll. It would likely never be a priority to or incentive to do anything of the sort. It's a live action. There's also a manga and an anime about it. This was which one was this one? About Cherry Magic, I think. Let's see. I would love for you to react to Demon Slayer. It's a great show. A lot of emotional moments and iconic scenes. I really, again, like I talked about before, you know, those 13 minutes I saw of the new movie when I was at Comic-Con left an impact. It was pretty damn impressive. All right, Moscow's Post. I'm now rewatching Ruby with my friend Mark, and we are nearly at the end of volume, redacted words. Somehow this show gets even better on rewatch. Someone's response: I love this. Ruby is spreading. Please force feed this into Omni Media's veins and all the reactors, please. And then, let's see, I'm pushing it into Darky, Morgan, and Omni Media. Oh my God, they've mobilized. We gotta look out for infiltrators. Oh my God. We'll see. It won't be anytime soon, man. I got a plan in play. A lot of my little weirdo in this week's Peacemaker. Yeah, he finally had his moments, and then you also got a double deuce. Double deuce is a completely different thing. Oh no, a double dose of your little weirdo this week as well. You got double the Adrian this time. Maybe I could just give a reply link, but I'm worried YouTube won't like that and auto delete it. Oh, it most certainly, at least in the chat, will certainly auto delete it. Just finished Marvel Zombies. It was decent. They get a 7 out of 10 from me. I'd give it a 6 or a 7, I think, overall. I'll give it a 7 for the visuals alone, the artistic stylization alone. Okay, when I read the manga. This was a rewrite of the previous question. Do I also play any horror games? I do. Mostly just The Last of Us or Resident Evil. Those are really the only horror franchises I delve into. You can include the Friday the 13th game, technically, which got sadly shut down. But the developers behind that, just in this week's PlayStation State of Play, announced their spiritual successor with a Halloween game. And you can see a lot of the same mechanics from the Friday the 13th game of theirs played a part in this, especially their shade shifting, or whatever they called it, was a similar ability they gave to Jason in their last game. Other than that, like as far as like horror games go, I can't say there's a wealth of them, but I've played not every, but most every mainline Resident Evil game. I haven't really played a lot of the spin-offs though. I've played some of them. I just really love Resident Evil. But I don't know. I'd like to try to give the new Silent Hill remake, Silent Hill 2 remake, a chance. As far as a gateway into that, but other than that, I don't really have a whole lot. I mean, I've tried here and there with a couple of things. Like, I tried to play Outlast. I just couldn't stick it through. Not because it was too terrifying or scary or anything like that. I just lost interest really fast with the gameplay loop. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Like horror related. A couple zombie games here and there, but that seems to be where it kind of ends for me. Let's see. What's my favorite holiday? Probably Halloween. Got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Full? Understandable. A lot to catch up on, yeah. There's conversations happening between you all, so it's kind of hard for me to figure out what's at me and what's not. Maybe I know what the future plots of Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. I doubt it. Also, Omni, the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie, one battle after another. I did not get the hype between the movie, but damn, was this a big smack to the face. I highly recommend you give it a watch. Some of the language in that was a little confusing. I didn't know if you liked it or you didn't until you said you highly recommend it. So I guess you really liked it. I'd be very curious about it. I can't remember, is this the one with his daughter being kidnapped, or is this a different one that I'm thinking about? I saw a trailer for a new Leo movie that came out not too long ago, but I can't remember the name of it. Kind of been lazy with the anime, but I'm finally getting back on the train. I don't know Gravity Falls is actually a real story. What? What do you mean? Also, there's a Thai drama called His Story. Is it His Story 3? Trapped, which is a good live action BL. Interesting. Spreading your wings out into other media like that. Let's see. How many questions do you answer in a single stream? I don't keep track. There's not a counter. I don't know. I got the game Date Everything for my birthday. It's crazy and funny. I've seen a lot of little bits from that, and it is absurd. Not my kind of game with certainty, but it's fun, and a lot of the VAs in that had a lot of fun making it. Meeting Robbie and a lot of the other people behind it was a lot of fun. I haven't played it for myself. I've seen some people digging through it and some, like I said, some clips and stuff. It looks like a fun time. Not my kind of game, but it looks like a cheeky fun time. I really hope Adebayo runs fast as she can to Adrian's place at least. Hope so too, because at least we'll have 2 Adrians on our team. Considering other than the fact that one hates Peacemaker, he might feel a little bit better when he realizes that the Peacemaker he hates is dead and this Peacemaker aligns with him. So we'll see how that goes. Yep, this is where the clarification came in. BL means boy love. Thanks for the education. I appreciate it. Because I had no idea what any of you all were talking about. I believe Aurora is saying that Helava could die or get back its old views. You keep clarifying what you think these other accounts, because this is the icon I remember. This is the razor I remember, and you renamed it. And this is the second time you're like, I think this is what they meant because you're that person. Stop it, Trainaneer. I don't understand. Anyway, Hell of a Boss could die or it's not gonna die. It is not gonna die. I don't even know what we worry about the views either, because it's doing just fine. I don't know. It's perfectly fine. I really want that blue, yellow, and gray suit on the big screen. Same. Pretty sure that's it. Still spookier than July. I guess so. November is spookier than July. Anyone know if Netflix has something coming out for Halloween time? Other than that show about the haunted hotel that came out this week, I don't know. Poor Omni needs a helper, so we should give him one. Is Stranger Things episodes that you react to on the channel? Yeah, I've reacted to every episode of Stranger Things on the channel. Way too well, actually, me. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. I will most certainly will actually, where needed. Finally here. It's Sheldor, by the way. I was working hard today because I had to move most of my house into a storage unit. Hopefully everything's okay. But welcome to being here. Hope you have a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of time to sit down and relax. Yeah, wishing you best with all that. I hate moving, man. I hate moving so much. It stresses me out. It's just unsettling and unnerving, man. Hope everything works out, though, all the same. And get that shit done. Let's see. How the fuck is Has-Been Hotel a hotel and not a bar? Because it's a building that people live in. It has floors and floors and floors of rooms. You check in. It has a bar, like many hotels do. It has a bar. I'm a little confused by this question / statement. I feel like there are more comments confusing Omni than usual this stream. Oh my god, there are a lot of them this stream. It's been a weird stream so far. I don't know how to respond to a lot of the conversations being had, a lot of the things being I'm just so far out of the loop on. And then some that just some comments that I have no idea how to decipher. Let's see. I hope we get a Marvel Zombie Season 2. I think they already confirmed one is coming. Maybe spoilers for people who haven't seen the show, but imagine Spider-Man becomes Arachnite next season. That'd be pretty sick. Over 100,000 people in the chat. That would be a nightmare. Saw James Gunn said that Superman won't appear in Peacemaker. Maybe that's because Overman Earth X will. That could be. Well, he said David Cornsweet was really upset that Nicholas Hoult got to be on the show and not him. So you could play the word game and be like, oh, Superman won't show up. But then he said David Cornsweet was upset about not being able to film for the show. So take that as you will. But in the multiverse, they don't always have to look the same. So it could be somebody else showing up as Overman. Your hair is red. It most certainly is not. I promise you. This side might look it because of the pink light hitting me. But there's no red in my hair. The light behind it makes the hair look red. That's as close as it's going to get with that one. Omni hair isn't red as the Weasley's hair. They're super redheads. Could you cheek yourself on stream as your hair is red? What is happening? What is happening this stream? Is there a full moon? Is there something in the water? What's happening? I think the residents are evil. Some of them are, in fact. You're right. Also read Here Are You and Angel Buddy early on. This is the pink light reflecting on his hair, that's all. Because, like, and it's only just, like, the rim, too. Like, it's not, like, if you're looking at this, like, this doesn't match any of the rest of my head. It's called backlighting. God, what the fuck? How old is Omni? I am 37. 37 and a half, actually. Anyway. You're young as the dinosaurs. Boy, love, doesn't that take straight couples in consideration as well? Because there is love for a boy there. That is also very true. That is a very true counter argument. Because that's not the intent behind the name, but that is an interesting way to kind of frame that. Because there is love for a boy involved. Saw a rumor that Wolverine game is the first in a trilogy of games, and there will be an X-Men game in 2030. that would be a wild thing to find out just out of nowhere, you know. That feels like, unless there's actually substantial evidence to that, like somebody just pulling shit out their ass and being extremely hopeful, and not like Insomniac hasn't canceled any of their ambitious plans in the past. Y'all give Omni a stroke. Yeah, it's probably coming. You don't look no 37, you make 30s look good. Well, thank you. Yes, so young. What invincible hero do everybody hate the most much because he's bad at his job? What invincible hero do everyone hate so much because he is so bad at his job? This might have been one that got deleted again. Where are we at? Here we go. Nope, it was not. I don't know what your question is. I don't know what your question is. Also, would you be interested in a new / additional editor? I would definitely be open to such a thing. That's for sure. Because I could definitely use some more help. That's for sure. Or just a transition of load, I think. What is a show that is made by Glitch that you need to react to? Is this just another way of you guys bringing up, without saying it, Amazing Digital Circus and making me do it? Would you ever buy Mr. Fantastic's neck sweater? They have all the Fantastic Four neck sweaters to buy online. It looks so comfy and cozy. I mean, maybe. Maybe. 25 at an OBL since I was like 9. It's because you guys grew up with it. That's the thing. Got my puppy sleeping on my leg. That's adorable. Perhaps we consider being not mysterious for the stream. It's not even mysterious. I figured out your gag. And I don't even understand why. It's mildly, one, confounding and confusing and at times a little annoying. Saw a rumor that there might be a female Voldemort in the TV series. Ralph Fiennes did a stellar job and no one could beat him in my opinion. Again, another rumor. But who knows? You never know, and again, I don't give a shit what they do over there. I ain't watching it. Avatar. Wow, there is a reason that franchise should have been nearly as much money as it made. Is there a reason that franchise should have made nearly as much money as it has made? I don't get it. I don't understand. Other than the visual spectacle of it, I don't understand it. I don't understand why they've made and how they've made. With the first movie, well, I mean, and the second movie too, I guess. A large bulk of the draw, a large part of the draw is the technology, is the 3D aspect of it. And those tickets cost double a regular ticket. And a lot of theaters, when the first one came out, exclusively showed 3D. Which is a nice way to fluff your numbers, because you're essentially getting 2 ticket prices for the price of 1 ticket. So like, that might be part of it. Like, it's inflated by the 3D costs. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't like. I liked the second one a lot more than I liked the first movie. The first movie was okay. That at best okay in my opinion. The second movie I liked a lot more. And the visuals are beautiful. It's a beautiful fucking movie, but that's I don't know. I don't get it. They're not bad, but like I don't understand how they're the highest grossing movies of all time. Kind of bored of these Avatar movies. Probably just me. No, I don't think it's just you. I was extremely into reading when I was a kid. I most certainly was not. We have so many good Marvel games coming up. When can we get some good DC games in the house? It's a very good question. Have I seen B&L? Stop using abbreviations, man. What is that? For fuck's sake. Stop assuming I know what everybody's talking about. What the fuck is B&L? I'm gonna have an aneurysm this stream, man. Let's see. Just in case you didn't see it, and he goes, I'll just read Omn1 fanfiction. So the first Avatar then was like it, was fine, got it, don't need more. Pretty much. Pretty much. I'm kind of, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how I felt at the time. Did you hear that they are making another Fockers movie and Ariana Grande is part of the cast? That's being filmed right now. I did not. I like the Fockers movies. They're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Who will win a fight? Invincible or Homelander? If we're talking like the TV show counterparts, I think Invincible would wipe the unholy floor with Homelander. Now their comic book counterparts, I don't know. But show Homelander is so weak compared to a lot of other Superman variants. I think Omni-Man would make him look like a little bitch. I think Invincible right now could make him look like a little bitch. Comic book Homelander, though, is substantially scarier than TV show Homelander. But I don't know the extent of all of his feats, so I can't really speak to that. But if we're comparing the show versions of these characters, they don't stand it. Like, Homelander doesn't stand a chance. Let's see. I saw some guys say they don't want Insomniac to be the Marvel game company. For me, however, I want them to make an actual good Avengers game. We know they exist in that world. I don't know. I don't know why there's such like a vitriol towards Insomniac and their grasp on the Marvel properties. Man, and it's only Spider-Man. It's just been Spider-Man 1 and 2. That's it. And now Wolverine. Maybe it's just like they want other games to feel different, that they want more variety in their Marvel games. Maybe that's part of it. But Insomniac's done a good job. I know like a lot of people have their issues with Spider-Man 2. I really liked it for the most part. But I don't know if their approach makes sense with a lot of everybody else's stylization. So like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with them making more Marvel games. Basically, that's the long story short of it all. We love you. See, now you're trying to trick me again. You changed your profile picture. I see what you did. I'm paying attention. Forgot to respond. Reacher season 4 is wrapped. Hell yeah. Also, do I like T-bone? Like the steak? Are you talking to me? Tag who you're talking to, please. If you're talking within the group, tag it so I don't get lost, man. Please help me. Have I seen the new possible show that could be happening? I feel like this is happening on purpose now. Like, I feel like this is just like there's a conspiracy to just fuck me over right now. Like, what is happening? Have you seen the Maybe show that is coming out sometime, maybe, that if no one's ever heard of? You know, that show, the one show, you know? What is happening? Who the fuck are Laurel and Hardy? Like, historically, like, film history icons of comedy. What's up, Nick? How are you? Wednesday picks up in the last 2 episodes. Legit might be my 2 favorite of the whole show. I agree. The last 2 episodes are fantastic. Hell, episode 6 is really, really fucking good. The way they did the reveal on Peacemaker was the best lead up to a reveal I've seen on TV. They did it, well, I'd say they did it really well if I didn't clock it like on episode 3. I think a lot, I don't know. Again, that goes back to what I said in my video, is like, I wonder how many people didn't immediately figure out the twist. But it was pretty good. The build-up was pretty good. I wouldn't say one of the best or the best by any stretch for me, but I don't know. It was still well done all the same. Did I hear Ross Marquand say season 2 for X-Men 97 is going to be pretty dark? I got chills. He said it was going to be crazy dark, and he's surprised Disney greenlit it. So that's scary. I'm excited though. Season 1 was fantastic. Would you want a Peacemaker season 3? And do you think there will be a season 3 that deals with the aftermath of Man of Tomorrow, maybe? I mean, do I want one? Hell yeah, sure. Do I think there will be one that deals with the aftermath of Man of Steel or Man of Tomorrow? I mean, maybe. I have no way of knowing that depending on how that movie goes. But I do want a season 3, as long as there is still that story to tell, which I'm sure there will be. I'm not playing these games anymore. I'm sorry. I'm just so tired of it. I am just moving on. I mean, it's X-Men 97. I would expect nothing less. Likewise. Or I was talking to Omni. It's a One Piece character. What is happening? I've watched all of One Piece. I can't remember T-Bone. Oh, T-Bone. Right. Okay. He's the sword guy that Zoro raffle stomped. So what did you actually ask? Also, do I like T-Bone? I do. He actually seems like a Marine that actually has a pure heart and good intentions. I was also moving boxes and kept saying pivot to my brother like Ross on Friends. Hell yeah, dude. Keep that insanity going. Vigilante is the best. I love him so much. I do as well. It's because he doesn't get a lot of screen time. Vigilante is weird, although Random Facts is getting old. I do think that joke is getting a little tired. Still love him though. Same. Ghost of Yote next week, man. Is it already coming out next week? Oh my god. Wait, how's your name Omni, yet you're friendly guy? What? Huh? Are you trying to make a connection to Omni-Man? Which is not what my name is a reference to, by the way. Let's see. Also, try not to spoil One Piece as Omni isn't caught up. But T-Bone is close to a certain blind guy I like. What's worse, has-been or Helva? Has-been. But I like both. I love both. But if you told me to pick one over the other, I'm picking Hell of a Boss every time. If you know Balloon, like my picture. I mean, it's a picture of Luna. It's not a bad picture. Got a super chat from Chromatia Scarlet Wing. How are you? Thank you so much for the super chat. A little late to the stream, but did you see the Homestuck pilot drop today? I did. Whining it. Oh my god, we'll get to that. I did. We talked a little bit about it, like a very, very little bit about it earlier on. I will. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in tonight, and see if I can get a reaction out before the end of the weekend. But we'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. I really, really, really appreciate it. Now I'm just trying to figure out where I left off. There we go, found it. Yeah, I saw his reactions in One Piece. He's still in the early numbers. It's fucking annoying, having a period. I can imagine. Not that I can, but sure. You know what I mean. Don't worry, Omni. I'll try to remember that if it's directed at you, I'll say Omni. Who'd you rather babysit for a day, Eagly or Crypto? Eagly, probably. Crypto would probably murder me trying to play. Also, my favorite villain is Yellow Chip. If you know, you know, Omni. Well, I don't. I get the plots. Omni, if I get the plots of Has-Been and Hell of a I could be a worker for VisiPop. Hashtag Razorverse. There it is. There's that Razorverse. Are you all gaslighting me? Is this a conjoined effort right now? I'm almost at a point. I just want to stop reading anything from Trainanier, Aurora, or anybody with Razor in their name at this point. Is it me or is chat a little weird this week? It is not just you. It is definitely, chat is being real weird this week. Anyway, I've been listening to Omni answer the questions I've been asking from Joe. Wait, what? Are you fucking doing this too? I swear to God. I don't understand. Found any time to game? Not at all. If I did, you would have seen a video of me and my progress on Final Fantasy VII. On the channel by now. Do you believe power is in the real Annabelle is missing? Huh? What Annabelle? Like the creepy doll? Or are we talking about something else? And what's missing? What do you mean, Bianca? I need full, complete sentences. Please. I wish someday to have a boyfriend. P.S. You're beautiful, kind, lovely, and sweet man. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Razorverse. I really appreciate that. Plus, Adrian is not going to have no problem killing a few peeps to protect her. That's true. I miss a few streams and swear to God, I feel so lost. Yeah. Yeah. We've spiraled. Stop role-playing, Aurora. Stop. Please, stop. I really can't. Like, I don't understand what is happening. And it's hijacking the stream. It's distracting the stream. It is keeping us off point. It is throwing me off point. I need everybody to stop with this shit. Like, for real. I'm going to start banning people if this continues. Just from the comments, from the conversations all together. Like, because this is completely derailing all of this. Holy shit. All right, I'm getting a little frustrated. Oh my God. Anyway, in the recent episode of Peacemaker is one of the funniest episodes in the entire show. The whole sequence with Adebayo and the Rocky scene. Also, Peacemaker's brother Keith said one got out. I didn't catch that the first time. One got out. Meaning, where the fuck are they keeping them all? That's so scary. So crazy, man. See the crew be taken in a concentration camp? Probably. Something along those lines. What's up, Emma? How are you? So happy I could join. I was hoping I was doing the dishes. Well, hopefully you came in at a weird time. But welcome all the same. We're going to get back on track here. Thanks, fam. Moving is tough, and I've been living in this area since 2010. Do you have like a long move, a far move? Like, how far do you have to like get everything going? Hopefully it's not too bad. My last move, thankfully, wasn't too bad. Like, it was literally from the house up front to where I'm at now. Because there's like two houses on the singular lot. I was in the front house renting it. The back one became available. And it was basically just carrying stuff out the back door into the new house. That was the easiest move I've ever had. Never going to be that lucky again. Frank Has-Been Hotel doesn't use its concept of a hotel very well. It's just starting out. They got literally one person that is checked in. That's the whole thing, is trying to goad people into checking in. How do you use it when you don't have people coming to use it? I think we'll start to see that a little bit more in the second season, because word gets out that it was successful, right? So like that's the ploy, that's the plot. So I'm curious to see. I don't know, maybe they won't, but we'll see. I mean, I was half asleep when I asked about the hotel not being a bar. Fair enough. Mentioned Dr. Stone last stream, and I wondered what it's about, so I'll tell you now. The plot is that every human on Earth is turned to stone, and then 3,700 years later, one guy awakens. There's clearly a part 2 to this. Here, he decides to rebuild civilization from scratch with his scientific knowledge, and the show is filled with science, humor, and some great emotional moments. Season 4 part 2 just ended, and I'm a bit sad. I mean, it sounds interesting. I'm going to be doing my rewatch of Has Been to get ready for the new season. Hell yeah. Don't need David and Peacemaker, to be honest. Lex was enough. Agreed. David Cornsweat could be pulling off an Andrew Garfield. However, if he doesn't appear, who would you want to appear? Well, this wasn't from David Cornsweat, though. It was from James Gunn, but same logic can be applied to that. Desperate Times calls for drastic measures, Omni. Who's your favorite guest star / cameo in the X-Files? Oof, that's a difficult fucking question. Probably, I don't know. Favorite guest star or cameo? Bryan Cranston, maybe? Or Burt Reynolds? Like, baby Ryan Reynolds was that's a fun one, but like it's just kind of because that's just the beginning of his acting career. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably go with Burt Reynolds, because my God, what a cameo. And Bryan Cranston, just because it was fantastic. Are we all just drunk? I have no idea. I'm not. I wish I was. Actually, this would probably be way more chaotic if I was actually drunk. First time being able to join. What a time to join. We've got some interesting characters and situations in the chat. It's normally not like this. Fingers crossed that'll restore the balance. That helped a little bit. I stopped drinking at 19. I started at 27. Didn't drink that much though. Should have a coffee, and half the fuckers should not confuse them. Really, 19? We like trains. This stream is making me feel weird. You're not the only one, Ginger. You're not the only one. Who's my favorite Helva boss girl? Millie. All day Millie. Let's see. Break X-Files glass for emergencies. Speaking of, I added a convention last minute. Not even last minute, because it's in November. But there's a horror convention in Pennsylvania that I found out about a few weeks ago, because Gillian Anderson is going to be going. It'll be the only time, at least recently, that I've seen a con where she's gone to. And there's a lot of X-Files people going to be there. Mitch Pileggi's going to be there. Annabeth Gish. Robert Patrick from Peacemaker, you guys would know. He was a main character on that show as well, one of the agents. He's there. The Smoking Man, William B. Davis, is going to be there. So yeah, I'm going to go have an X-Files time, because I'm not going to miss that opportunity to actually get to talk and meet Gillian Anderson versus almost get taken out by her security. Because that was scary as hell. Imagine this happened all streams in the future. You'd find yourself banned real quick, Trainaneer. And all of your accounts. Also, my theory for Gen V, I agree with your theory about Dr. Gold's cipher being a bloodbender, and also about him being related to Dr. Godolkin. That's self-explanatory, I think. But for the reason he is training Marie up so much is because I think he noticed he seemed physically drained from doing it. He can make his blood appear human, and Marie can get to that point. Also, one thing that stumps me is at what point of having his father believed to be Dr. Gold, or perhaps he is Dr. Gold. I think he's Dr. Gold. His father is Thomas Godolkin, is what I think. But if that's the case, why does he need that body? Perhaps he needs the body there to receive his powers in his new younger body. Or you brought about a thought was that what if he's being controlled by Thomas Godolkin? What if he is a meat puppet? And what if it's like 2 levels of removal? What if he's a meat puppet for his father, and his father is doing this stuff for Marie, and so he actually is human but being controlled by a soup? I don't actually believe that, but that would be kind of insane if that was the case. I would love a Wolverine trilogy more, or more X-Men related games. Same. You're way too patient with us, Omni. I would have given up a long time ago. Same. Barbie Falls is based off a true story. Now we're talking about Barbie Falls. What is happening? Complete sentences. Google Translate is your best friend. Please use it. I'm losing my patience this stream. 30%. Is this Omni Media's thirst support group? It might be at this point. I don't know what's going on. What's up, Kiana? How are you? It's supposed to be a strawberry. Regarding editing, I might be open to that for a low pay, just because I'm very rusty and been a long time since I actually actively edited stuff. I've been struggling to find a job recently. It's definitely something we could talk about, or put on consideration. I've been working with Prepper for a long time, but sometimes I have too much stuff even for them to do. So yeah, I'm very open towards trying to bring anybody in from the community for something like that. And I joined your Discord just to ask about Marvel Zombies and bounced. I noticed indeed. How's your play button? It's good. Avatar, snooze, unless The Last Airbender, of course. Agreed. I mean, the Avatar movies are really good, and people want to go see a good movie. I mean, they're very predictable. They're very formulaic. They're very basic. But the what makes them come to life is the impressive aspect, I think. One of her stupid neighbors came to my mom's work, and now she is ringing the doorbell, and yesterday I got really shaken up because she was scaring me and my mom reading The Driver. That's terrifying. I'm so excited for the Heartstopper movie. It's filming right now. Same. Can't wait for that to come out. If I were to be more serious about potentially helping out as an editor, how can I reach you? IG or Discord would probably be the best way. Let's see. I think B&L is Boy Not Listening. Okay. I'm reading 3 franchises: Lord of the Rings, Witcher, and Harry Potter. Fantasy is my jam. Since I was a kid, can you consider superheroes as fantasy? I mean, technically, yeah. Superheroes, Marvel, DC, all that. It's fantasy. It's technically fantasy. It's fantasy, sci-fi, kind of a little bit of everything. All I can think of is By and Large, like from Wall-E. Let's see. Oof, that hair is making me weak. What a cutie. Why, thank you, Kiana. Thank you. Whoa. That was my attempt at doing a woof. Yeah, I've been letting the hair free a little bit more as of late. I try to let it breathe a little bit and not get too constrained by the beanie. Absolutely terrified of losing my main. So, but it's just so practical. Sometimes I'm just too lazy and I just want my hair out of my face. Let's see. I wish I could make everything make sense, but we must try and survive the stream together. I watched the first Avatar when it came out on physical release and watched it since. Well, that's what I tell you. Maybe I'll give it another shot one day when I have a few hours. I watched it when it was in theaters. I watched, I'd seen it maybe once or twice after that too. So I'm pretty settled on my opinion of it. Surviving this stream is like a zombie apocalypse. It's certainly something. I tried Googling BNL, but have no idea. Can't help you with that one. You forgot the Miles Morales game. I don't really count that as a separate game. It's a glorified DLC. And set in the same little timeline. So I don't really consider that. Insomniac made Spyro. They get infinite goodwill from me. Yes, indeedy do. I always forget that they made Spyro. I'm dying. I was not included in the Make Omni Crazy plan. No, you're fine. You're fine at least. Omni, have you heard the rumor? I see what you did there. Have you seen the new show made by the headlines? Oh my god, I fell for it again, man. This is what happens when I read things. Is it a strange question? These are very strange. Yes. I like season 2 of Wednesday, but I feel like they did too much story. I think I would have liked better if they had just focused on the cult story. I don't know. I think I get that, like not deviating, because we do kind of have a storyline that had nothing to do with everything else. But it was a leftover thing from season 1, so I'll give it a little bit of leeway. I liked season 2 more than I liked the first season personally, but I don't know. I liked it. I liked it all. Like, it wasn't perfect, no, but I liked it. I told you 4 weeks ago in a stream that the flags look weird on the desks, which could resemble a certain symbol, and it did. You did call that out. I did not notice that. Played these games before, Omni, during this stream. Yes, indeed. Vigilante love, yay. Episode 6, really good? Damn, I've got to lock in. I liked it a lot. The Freaky Friday episode. Whining with Omni, Stroke Edition. Yeah, that's not too far off. Do you think there should be a Gen V Season 3 that happens right after Season 5 of The Boys? I don't know. It depends on how it ends and what stories are left to be told. Obviously, they're not going to be done with this universe once The Boys ends in Season 5, but, you know, we got the Mexico spinoff. We've got the flashback series with Soldier Boy that's coming out. They very well could, but it just depends on what's left after the fall or whatever happens at the end of season 5. Let's see. Maybe the stream just a little early. Maybe end the stream a little early for my own sanity. I might have to. What are these streams about? Like, what are we supposed to be talking about right now? Well, the streams are just, I usually just sit back, I read the chat, we just talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I read it, it sparks an, response, whether it be a question, comment, or whatever, and we just kind of, we shoot the shit, we hang out while I have wine, hence the title of the video, the stream. You just, you joined in on a weird one, Kiana. This is a weird one. People been a little weird this stream. It's yeah, it's kind of isn't the right stream to ask that question. Very, very true. Goddamn. Yeah, I'm no longer reading every comment this stream. That's all I'm saying at the moment. It would be weird on my first visit. Yeah, it would be. What luck. What luck. What roll of the dice. Let's see, I'm confused. What is Homestuck? More Marvel? Homestuck is is an old webcomic from the old internet days that got real popular. It was after my time. It wasn't something I knew about or was into, but there's an animated series based on it that just had a pilot episode come out today. So that's all I really know about it. What the hell is happening in the stream? What is my favorite piece of decorative? What's my favorite decorative piece from my collection? Thank you, Olive Faye, for a normal question. I get this like every time. Like I got this same question last week too, and I don't remember what I said. I think it's my Kingdom Hearts chess set. My $700 gold-plated Kingdom Hearts chess set that I don't have a proper display for. I've got a display case, but it's too big to actually put on any of my shelves. I have nowhere I can actually put it, so it's just kind of in the floor. Ever watched The Black Phone? I have a review for it on the channel. People need to stop making horror movies and TV shows. I hope you forgive me. I completely disagree. Why are they driving you crazy, Omni? Why indeed? This chat is weird. My God knows how many streams I've watched now. Just stop. Bonk time? Timeout time? I'm not here to tell you how to do your job. Maybe not read every single comment. I think we're getting to that point. Yeah. That had me cackling. A black! One of them got out! Oh my God, when that happened. The moment she decided to like walk away from Economos, my fucking body just filled with dread. I was just like, oh my God, no. Why let her go alone? Just to make it worse. Poor ads. Run! Run! That's all I can say, man. Oh, I'm just moving across town, thankfully. That's not too bad, at least. Well, depending on how big the town is. If it was me, I would have gotten stressed out and just end the stream or start kicking peeps off. He's a better person than I. I tried to be as patient as humanly possible. Usually don't talk about it, people, so that's cheap. Just thinking more people should have moved in already, even in the first season. I don't think so. I really don't think so in season 1, personally. I mean, hell, Angel's not even there for altruistic reasons. Their first real tenant was Pensius, who they offered a room to stay for actual redemption because of what happened when he got betrayed. He was the first only person to give the hotel a chance. And being where they are and with the propaganda surrounding it, I totally buy people not settling into it personally. But we'll see. People are going to be trying to check in droves next season, supposedly. All I know is that if they hurt my Duck Daddy in any way in season 2, I will be broken. I'm really nervous for Lucifer, actually, after some things I've read and after the teaser. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm so nervous for our Duck Daddy. And Asmund, do you think they will find out about Serpentius getting into heaven right away? I'm curious when it will happen, but the synopsis for the season as a whole already kind of confirmed that they do find out about it being a success in hell. How and when they find that out, I don't know, though. I guess we're just going to have to wait to figure that out. Also, what I want to know about the Peacemaker Earth X is how the hell did they manage to lock up every non-white person? You need a very powerful system in place in order for that to occur, or a group of people with very powerful powers. Yeah, I'm really curious about the logistics about all of this and just what systems are in place, how that works, and again, why they were like one got out. Out from where? Alligator Alcatraz? Where? And how? You make a very good point, and I'm curious to see what we find out. Am I drinking today, Omni? If so, what? I've got a Moscato wine with me right now. It's a nice, sweet little white wine. Bryan Cranston is in X-Files. Damn it! I should start watching it then. He's in a single episode. He came up as a guest star / cameo, right? That was the question I answered earlier. He's in a single episode. Vince Gilligan, though, that wrote Breaking Bad, got his career start on the X-Files, though. And that's why he cast Bryan Cranston, because he was in one of the episodes he wrote. Aaron Paul's in it. Dean Norris is in it. There's a lot of people from Better Call Saul that showed up on the X-Files that eventually got cast as a result of that. Because Vince Gilligan used, what was the story? Vince Gilligan, the people at AMC did not want to cast Bryan Cranston for Walter White. They didn't think the Malcolm in the Middle, the guy, had the chops to tackle a drama series like that. And Vince Gilligan brought them a tape of the episode of X-Files that he was in, that he wrote, that Bryan Cranston starred in, or guest starred in, and that changed their mind. After he showed them that episode of the X-Files, they were completely okay casting him as Walter White. And history was made. But that would not have happened without that, with somebody actually giving him a chance at playing something against type, you know? So it's just another one of those fun little things. But like there's a ungodly amount of people that pop up in the X-Files over its run. Hell, in just the second or third episode, you got Seth Green, baby Seth Green. Anyway, just started drinking now. What's up, Vixter? Hey, how are you doing? Just got back from the theater. How often are you at the theater? I feel like you're there like what, every week? Maybe that's an exaggeration, but how are you doing? Long time no see, no chat. You mentioned briefly that Peacemaker reaction sounds awesome. I'm happy for you. Oh, the X-Files thing, I think, right? Yeah. Is there an X-Files group photo at this con? There is. I saw it being posted initially because they're still announcing people, so it wasn't there when I looked the other day, but it's there now. They've got a group photo with the 5 of them currently. I'm debating. I got a single group photo, or not group photo, it's a single. I got a photo specifically just with Jillian right now that I've already got scheduled, because when I got my tickets, she was the only one on the list at the time. Well, her and Mitch, but they didn't have a duo together at the time. But I was debating about getting all of them again, or just doing like a Doggett and Reyes, or a Jillian and Doggett and Reyes, or I don't know, because I like themed groups more than I like just let's throw everybody in one picture. But it just depends. Also, money is a thing. I'm sorry, please tell the Gillian Anderson security story? I've told it before on a previous stream, but when I was at San Diego Comic-Con, when we, it was the night of the Tron Ares panel, where she's in it, because she's in the film. She was at the panel, and a lot of the other panelists, like Jeff Bridges, Evan Peters, Cameron Monaghan, Gillian Anderson, and a couple of other people were at this restaurant, and I was just walking back to the hotel. Me and the guys I was with were just walking back to our hotel, and we were just on the street, and a bunch of the motorcyclists who had the full-on Tron gear on and LEDs all across their motorcycles, they were just parked outside this restaurant. And I thought it was just they were all hanging out, because all throughout San Diego Comic-Con, I had seen them just kind of driving around at night, because that's, when it looks the best, just as like promoting the movie or whatever. But they were parked specifically there, so I stopped to take a picture of them. And I guess all of the people from the Tron Ares panel were in the restaurant they were parked outside of, and were coming out for a photo op with the Tron bikes and the motorcyclists. I was just fixated on the glowing lights of the motorcycle people. So I was sitting there trying to take a picture of them lined up, and I hear a bunch of rustling behind me, and I turn, and Jillie Anderson is right in my face. And so is a massive swarm of people that just appeared out of nowhere. And it happened like so fast because they were just plowing through the people who were just casually walking on the street, because it was just a public street. And people were leaving the convention and just walking, so it was already kind of tight. But I turn around and there she is, and I just do this. And I have to slip between, I went between her and her security guard because there was nowhere else to go. And I was just like, oh God, I froze. I was like, I'm not accosting anybody. I'm not here. I'm not a crazed fan. Don't hurt me. I just froze like a deer in headlights. One, because I turned around and Jillian Anderson was like fucking 6 inches from my face. Maybe 12, might be an exaggeration. I don't even know anymore because my reality got warped to all hell right then and there. But yeah, I just let them flow around me, let them wash over me like water until they finally got to where they were going. And I was like, holy fuck, what just happened? And they were all just standing there gathering around the motorcycles to take pictures. And there was just so many people that all came out of nowhere, either with them or grouping around them before I even knew what the hell was happening. Because at first I thought it was just her. And then I saw Cameron Monaghan, and I didn't even see Jeff Bridges and Evan Peters, but the other guys in my group saw them. I just got lost in the sauce, and it was like, holy fuck. I was just like, I didn't have anywhere to go. I was so terrified. I like, cause her security guard was right here behind me. I was like, I am not moving. Don't fuck me up. Y'all came at me. You all attacked me. But yeah. But it sucked. Yeah. Crazy moment. And even after all of that, it was so chaotic, and it was so dark at night. I couldn't even get a good picture of the situation. So it sucks. I didn't even get to take a picture of it. I took a picture of the motorcycles, but I didn't get an actual picture of any of them. At that point, it just like I was just one of too many people trying to bum rush them, and I just always feel so icky about that. So I just made it through the crowd and left. And then we saw Alec Baldwin getting into a car alone by himself and just leaving an event. I was like, oh, well, that was kind of sad. Anyway, there was your Jillian Anderson story. There you go. Filled you in on it. I don't even drink alcohol, but this stream is making me think about it. It's not you, Omni, my dear. It's all good. It's all good. If you could name one singular episode of X-Files that is undoubtedly a timeless piece of television that could stand strongly in the debate of the greatest episode of television ever made, what episode would that be? Could you possibly give a detailed explanation on how flawless and close to perfect that episode is? Oof. That's a tough one, man. There's a lot that I really like. Like, one of my favorite episodes, I mean, it's a standalone episode, but it's a standalone. It's like a appearing into the life of one of the characters. So it only really helps when you know the character. But it's my favorite episode of the show. I would say Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose, because it's an episode where Peter Boyle is our guest of the week on that one. And he plays a psychic who can see how people die. He's an insurance salesman who sees how he can see the only psychic thing he can predict about people is their death. And he, ironically enough, is a life insurance salesman by decision, right? So that's why he's trying to help people by helping set up their families when he knows their death is coming and stuff. And they're trying to get him to help them solve a murder. And it's just a beautiful, chilling performance from him, and this look into life. The brevity of it, the swiftness at which, you know, death can just come out of nowhere. Also just fate and chance as well, because there's connections to some real world events that come up in it, as well as some fun that plays between Mulder and Scully. Some great banter and skepticism from them as well. And as per usual, it's just it's a really beautiful, heartfelt episode with some fun comedic moments sprinkled into it because it is Peter Boyle and he is a comedy icon. But it was one of the roles he did, I think, before his passing, a couple years after the fact. It's on many a person's top 10 episodes. It's definitely, most certainly on mine. And it's, I don't know, it's just a fun episode, but it's also really, really heartfelt. Beautiful, beautiful. Highly recommend it. And you don't need any other context to watch that episode, I think. But I'm sure I could probably come up with a lot more too if you gave me more time. Irresistible is another one. Squeeze is another one that I think is just fantastic and also great encapsulations of the show as a whole without needing any additional context. I mean, a lot of the episodes, like I'd say like 75% of the show you can watch without having seen no other episode. Every time I think of an episode of X-Files, my mind goes to Beyond the Sea. That's another one too. That's a beautiful one. That's Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif's in that episode, and I think that's the best performance I think I've ever seen him give as Walter Lee Boggs in that. Luther Lee Boggs in that episode. And that one is chilling. The loss of a father, trying to solve trying to focus on your work while dealing with the loss of a parent, while dealing with a bunch of, it's so good. So well acted, some beautiful themes all throughout. Yeah, Beyond the Sea that's also a top 10 for me as well. For somebody just coming in, if they just want to jump into an episode, I'd say Beyond the Sea or Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose would be really great. If you want a fun one, like just a fun episode, Bad Blood is also a top 10er. That's a really good one. Or Jose Chung's From Outer Space is a great episode. Anyway. Green Lantern game would be so cool. It'd be a very difficult one to code, but it would be really cool all the same if they could pull it off. Let's see. That delivery took me out. How you nearly got taken out by her bodyguards. The thought of an enthusiastic Omni wanted to just grab a minute of Jillian's time, just to be violently dragged. Thankfully, I didn't even bother though. I just froze. I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. I don't know what happened. I'm nothing. I just tried to disappear. Let's see, in 2026, we have Lantern, Supergirl, Clayface, Doomsday, Spider-Man 4, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Punisher Special, Invincible Season 3, Marvel 1943 game, and Wolverine game, and also The Boys Season 5. What a crazy year for superhero shit, man. Holy shit. We also have Vision Quest in 2026. Is that confirmed? Mamma mia, that's a lot of superhero pictures. That is very true. Such a busy year. Very excited. Same. The real Annabelle is missing, by the way. I'm sorry I forgot to say the other word at the end of the missing word. Are we talking about the doll? Are we talking about the doll? I assume we're talking about the doll. And it being missing is the first I'm hearing about it. As far as the last I knew, it was still locked up and safe at the museum where it's always been. Also, having the actor from Midnight Mass, he elevates the show so much. Yes, he does. Hamish Linklater is fucking amazing. Yes, the Annabelle doll. Okay, so Darkly is confirming the Annabelle doll was missing, though I thought they found it. Okay, interesting. How did it even wind up being missing? What are you doing, Matt Rife? Because he owns the museum now. Him and his partner. Let's see. What's up, Dion? How you been? Season 2 has been cooking. I think it's finally cooking. The fuck is happening? Also, one of those, I think, The Last Airbender, when you mention Avatar. Same. That's immediately where my brain goes to most of the time. Like 90% of the time. When I hear Avatar. Let's see. Is there a season 3 of Wednesday? I can't remember. Yes, season 3 of Wednesday has already been confirmed and greenlit. With the start of Knights of Guinevere happening, I'm hoping Alex Hirsch also will get a chance to work on a show with no restrictions. That would be really cool. I'd really love to see if his sensibilities would change at all if he was given free reign to do whatever he wanted. I mean, he seems pretty in love with what he's done and what he got to do. So I don't know. I haven't heard. I'm still pretty new to it as well, so I'm not really sure if there's any grievances or anything of the sort with their relationship with their past employers in the way that Dana had. Which Wednesday storyline did you like more, Dort and the Cult or the Hides? The Hides. The Hides and why am I already blanking on Isaac? The Isaac Knight story was definitely my favorite. I like to give credit to New Rockstars, if you know their channel, for pointing out the flags on the desks. I just mentioned it to you because I thought they were smart for seeing that. No, they're great. I used to react to a bunch of their videos. I've talked to Eric before because I got permission from him to react to their videos when I was doing that. So I wanted a green light with that. And then I bumped into him at SDCC and he remembered me, which was nice. He was very, as many people were, a little sauced, but he still remembered me all the same, which was honestly kind of heartwarming. We had like one interaction online, but even when I talked to him on Instagram and stuff, he had at least seen some of the things that I had done, which was interesting. It's always weird when that happens to me still to this day, man. But yeah, no, I just haven't watched a New Rockstars video in a really long time though. I don't know. I just haven't. I've just been so overwhelmed with everything else as of late. Same reason I haven't been doing as many trailer reactions. There's a film called Instructions, not included, that I think you'd really like. It's Spanish speaking, but frick man, it's one of the best movies ever. If you have seen it in the comments, please don't spoil. I'll try to remember that and maybe I'll at least look into it. What would you do if you had a portal room in your house, like in Peacemaker? I'd have a much cleaner office, because I'd just be throwing fucking everything in there. Please watch. Do you think Peacemaker will destroy his portal room in the season 2 finale? I never really thought about that. I mean, maybe. I mean, to be fair, you would kind of... Well, he can't destroy the room. He can't destroy the room. It's not... He just has access to the room. He may just close the door to our universe permanently, as opposed to that. Because otherwise, though, if you leave it open, if you establish it somewhere, that just means somebody can get through. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Just cherry pick, my love. That's what I'm doing right now. I call it a portal room because I can't remember the full name. I don't remember either. Let's see. That last Peacemaker episode was wild. As a POC, is it kind of weird that the end reveal of Peacemaker made me laugh a little? The seasons felt a little slow, but the absolute chaos that ensued there has me excited to see how it ends. I don't think that's weird at all. I mean, I think it was meant to play into that absurdity. I mean, it's both weird, funny, and terrifying all at the same time. So I think that's a valid feeling. How do you feel about building Legos? Incredibly stressed out. I haven't built a Lego set since I was like probably younger than 10. I'm entirely convinced that half this chat isn't the same person. Only real chat, Omni, but my brain not happy. I legit may have to bounce and see y'all next week. Aw. I love y'all, real chat. I just realized what that meant when I was reading it weird. I'm not entirely convinced that half this chat isn't the same person. Oh, like that the one person isn't running the entire chat? You're probably... I wouldn't be shocked if you were correct. But yeah, I totally understand peacing out for your own mental well-being. Let's see. See, Kiana's like, I cackled when she said a black. I apologize for the ancestors and moved on. I'm sorry for laughing at this. I mean, it was funny. It's just, it's so absurd. I think that it's why it's breaches on funny, because it's so ridiculous. Or at least you would hope it would be. I'm almost, at this point in the world we're living in right now, maybe it's not. I don't know. And that's where it starts to verge on scary. You know, where a little bit of it, you know, when you're like, oh, that's absurd, that could never happen, right? It can be a little funny, and you can allow yourself a little moment to kind of be like, haha. But now I'm like, I don't know. That might happen in a few weeks. Who knows? That's when it kind of like starts to bridge the other way. To be fair, she didn't know. We say it's bad that Ads got out of the house, but imagine if Augie found her there. Oh yeah, especially with the way he treated Economos. It might be better off that Ads left the house now than you're thinking. That's a good point. That's a very good point, Nick. He could have straight up killed her, no hesitation. With the swiftness that he stabbed a hole in Economos' hand like that, yeah, I think most certainly after... I didn't think about that aspect of it. I think she most certainly dodged a swifter fate like that there. What's this sentence anymore? Whatever. You're welcome for the normal question. Don't worry, I won't force you to deal with my last name again. It's all good, I was gonna say Olivia. Olife. It's all good. I appreciate it all the same. I kind of want to see where they're keeping them on Earth X. I hope we get to see Blue Beetle. Dude, if Blue Beetle shows up, because he was locked up, because he most certainly would have been if that's the case in this world. What a way to bring him, or at least to introduce him into a DCU property like that. That would be fucking wild. I am curious who all they are hiding in the background somewhere. Like who we're gonna see as far as like cameos or anything else of the sort. What other craziness we might stumble onto into this world. Whether heroes that may have been locked up, or heroes that maybe are evil in this world and play into the horrors of it all. I'm very interested to see what the fuck they do with it. Yeah, James did tease more cameos, so we'll see. Sorry. All good. All good. The delivery of that line should not have been as funny as I thought it was. Again, I think it's a part of it, at least for me, was the absurdity aspect of it. Like how swift, over the top, and like, cause he was driving and he just whole ass stopped and got out of his car. And then they started running like it's the trailer for weapons. Again, I still haven't seen weapons. I just know that there's people just running at them, and that was immediately what I thought of. Yeah, I think the problem was F off. Let's see. I've been saying sorry to people all day. I can't wait to see Mia, cause things will go back the way I was so excited. Again, I'm not sure what we're talking about in some of these questions, Bianca. I apologize. What's up, Caliban? How are you? Love your Fantastic Four reaction. Also, your hair is looking great. Well, thank you. A lot of compliments on the hair this week. I appreciate it. I love it. Let's see. I'm gonna need Ads to somehow outrun those people. Same. I hope she makes it to Adrian, like somebody pointed out earlier, because I think double the Adrian and both on the same side, kill them all. Just get rid of them all. Judo Master isn't white either, and he's on Earth X. He's in danger too. Somebody made a very good point, because we were kind of asking, where is Judo Master? He wouldn't know how to open the door, so I did see some people wonder if he didn't make it to the door before Chris shut it, he could still be locked in the portal room, or he just never found the right portal door. He could be trapped in that interdimensional spaceway still somewhere. Or he got caught when he was following Chris and we don't know where he is. Or he's managed to actually lay low. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. But yeah, that is a question that we should all kind of keep in the back of our heads at the moment. In the Arrowverse, weren't peeps locked up on the Earth X crossover? It's been a while, so don't quote me. I think just our heroes were. I don't remember if the people of the world were. I can't remember, to be honest. It's been a long time. I don't remember. I know some of our people got locked up when they were, you know, interloping in this other universe, but I can't remember. It's amazing how many actors and actresses got their start from the X-Files or Buffy or even from Charmed. I appreciate how many people turn up later in my fandoms. Yeah, dude, you will always you'll always see me going, oh, know them from X-Files, 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 X-Files. I do it all the damn time. But yeah, it's just like, you know, X-Files in the 90s, I mean, you wouldn't have Buffy or Charmed as we see it without the X-Files. X-Files paved the way for those shows to exist. Most notably Buffy. Buffy takes so much from the X-Files. Smallville. I mean, Smallville even reused actual tracks for the music from the X-Files when they opened up the show. Like, straight up tracks for the X-Files episodes as their background music for a lot of the time. So much of what's gone on the Arrowverse, on CW, it's all formatted based on the X-Files. A lot of it is. And what X-Files did for horror, for TV, for drama, for serialized storytelling on TV is fucking, it's wild. It's why I will always call attention to it. But yeah, I have like a thread on Twitter about all my favorite guest appearances that I cataloged, but by no means is it everybody that showed up on there. Brian's such a good actor. I hate Walter, but I also cried in some of the emotional scenes in season 5. It takes a great actor for that to happen. Yes, 1000%. I'm hoping Judo is chilling in some with the weird alien and didn't find the door. I'm so curious to find out what other cameos we'll get. Maybe Margot Robbie's Harley or Idris. Ooh, either would be really sick. Either of those would be really, really cool. But yeah, where is Judo Master? I think maybe Judo Master isn't there because he doesn't know the code for the door. And he's still in the door void. That's what I was saying too. Not enough cons come to Austin. Wish less hope that changes. I know there's some in like Houston and Dallas, but yeah, I'm not too sure. There's one in Texas I want to go to. There's one of the Galaxy cons, but I can't remember. Oh, it's not on here anymore. I could have sworn there was one. I guess not. Maybe it was a Fan X I was thinking of. I can't remember, but there is a Texas convention. I can't remember the name of it now that I was hoping to go to at some point. Yeah, I go to the theater a fair amount. Just finished one job, so been 5 times this week. Seen 48 shows so far this year. It's my escapism from the real world. Hopefully see you at a future con. One would hope. That's insane, man. That's more than I've seen movies this year by 4 times the amount. More than 4 times the amount. I've been really slacking this year on that front. It's just time, man. I just don't have the time. But yeah, I would love to. Like, I had a lot of fun hanging out at File Fest all weekend. That was a blast. Still, that's one of the most surreal con experiences I think I've ever had. Let's see. What's my favorite villain from One Piece? And I'm using the word villain weakly because Bone Clay, Smoker, and people can kind of be considered a villain. That's a toughie right now, man. Maybe right now, off the top of my head, maybe Crocodile? Crocodile or Buggy, in the sense that Buggy was an antagonist, and now he's just kind of more of a rival, if anything. But Buggy's up there for different reasons. But if we're talking like hardcore villain, maybe Crocodile right now. Lucci's kind of climbing up that ladder, though. But I just haven't seen a lot just yet. Also, underrated maybe, but also Kuro was also really awesome. You know what? I'm fairly surprised. I don't want to come off as stereotypical, and maybe it's the way the world works, but they could have easily pulled a gun and shot Adebayo. I'm honestly surprised none of them were packing, but maybe in a world where they don't feel threatened by people that are not like them. Maybe they don't feel the need to always be walking around with weapons anymore. It's a little weird how that kind of counters itself in a way. But that is a kind of a thing. It's like, why are they just kind of running her down? I feel like given the type of people a lot of these people seem to be, especially Keith, I'm kind of shocked he doesn't have a gun. You make a good point. But I think it's all for the image of Adebayo running from a horde of people chasing her. Because it is a haunting, crazy-ass image. Let's see. Oh, hello, Scully. Unrelated topic, will you be reacting to Marvel Zombies? I already have it up on my Patreon, but I'm hoping to have it on the channel hopefully tomorrow. Gillian Anderson, on your face is a great story though. Yes, I wish I had more evidence from that night, but yeah, it was I was just so scared. I did not want any of that security on me at all. And it's just wild. Like I was just like one, she was just right there. She almost ran into me. And then Evan Peters and all that. It was weird, man. And I was like, holy shit. And that happened. And you know, it's just weird being at Comic-Con and just bumping into like famous people on random. Like Seth Green, I saw, and like just not even at I mean, it was at the con, but he was in between things, or Michael Giacchino, or Alec Baldwin, or whatever. Like there's just people just walking around sometimes. I appreciate a geeked out fan moment. Peter Fasinelli, Carlisle from Twilight, walked right past me at Indie Comic Con, and it took my brain so long to understand who actually waved at me on the floor. Dude, that's cool. Saw behind the scenes of the Wolverine game, and apparently we'll be going to Japan, Madripoor, and British Columbia, all of which make a lot of sense. But yeah, I did see the Japan setting. Madripoor, I didn't clock that one, and BC makes sense. If you're going to suggest an episode for someone to watch in order to convince them to watch the X-Files, which are you recommending? A single episode to watch the X-Files. Oh, fuck. I think I might go, I don't know, man. It's tough because there's so many different kinds. Like I said before, there's romance episodes. There's some that are just straight comedy. There's some that are straight horror. Whether it be a serial killer or a ghost or aliens or a monster or something. And then there's some just really good, wholesome, fun ones. Some that are just straight up parody. Like there's one episode that's done entirely in the style of the show Cops. Handheld cameras, like it's like a handycam found footage thing. And it's done entirely in that style. And it's such a fun episode to watch. But like if you want one that's, like I said before, I think like a good encapsulation of a lot of it, because it does have like a little bit of the chills, a little bit of the haunt, a little bit of the creep, but it's a little more lighthearted and funny, is Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose or Beyond the Sea. I don't know, it's hard to say, but I think there is an X-Files episode out there for anybody. Okay, the chat is getting back to normal. Everything is right in the world again. Thank God. It has noticeably been a lot more normal here recently. Yeah, Vicky might know. What would you say? Squeeze is such a classic X-Files episode. Squeeze is very akin to a lot of your classical Monster of the Week episodes. Very horror, very creepy. Iconic as all hell. It's hard to say. Squeeze is a fantastic episode. Both me and Vicky went to the 30th anniversary File Fest, like the X-Files only convention, a couple years back, and hung out there a lot. So like we're like, she'd be a great resource for that as well. Dreamland is a great humorous one as well. Speaking of more Breaking Bad connections, it's more Better Call Saul, but the main guest star in both part 1 and part 2 of Dreamland is the guy that plays Jimmy's brother. He's also a recurring character in the Lone Gunman spin-off series of the X-Files. I think he shows up in that. I'm pretty sure he does. I still haven't finished it. Can't wait for that Wolverine game. As for the X-Files, I've seen both movies with no other context from the show. That's interesting, considering the first movie, you don't, well, it plays in a lot of ways as if you are familiar with the show, because I mean, it's connective tissue from seasons 5 to season 6. Like season 6 picks up right after the movie. Like, so the movie, for the first film, it's integral to the narrative of what's happening in the show. So a lot of that too, other than just it being a good fucking sci-fi movie, there's a lot of stuff going on that you don't need to know, but helps to know watching the first movie. The second movie is basically if they just turned one of the regular non-essential Monster of the Week episodes into a full-length film. And it's not terrible, it's just not great. I think a lot of the hang up with it, like, it was fantastic seeing the gang back together. I think a lot of the fandom's hang up with that movie is the fact that we waited almost a decade to get more of what was promised, and it ended up being a Monster of the Week episode when we left off the series with a lot of things kind of still up in the air. And I'm speaking for me and a lot of people, but it's not everybody. I don't know if Vicky feels the same way about it, but like it was just kind of disappointing. The score though was sick. The score though was still pretty sick, and it's, as a standalone thing, it was really cool, but it was not what I wanted to see. Waiting so long was an episode that was, or a movie that felt just like a one-off episode, you know? But the first movie's fantastic, and it's integral to the viewing experience between seasons. Because like when you come in for season 6, they will straight up reference it, and you might be like, huh? What happened? Did I miss an episode? I mean, you'll be fine, but like you might be a little confused. Anyway, I'm gonna have to leave soon, my friend. Just wanted to help out with, don't worry, I won't be driving, not super drunk, just in case. I'm just gonna walk to his house. Well, take it easy, man. We'll see you next time. Such a beautiful man. I would have imploded. He is a beautiful, beautiful man. Every time I think of an X-File or the X-Files, my mind goes immediately to Beyond the Sea. Yeah, we talked about that just a little bit ago because I read that comment when we were talking about it. That's why. I saw that James Gunn says many of the Peacemaker characters will continue into other DC shows that isn't Peacemaker Season 3. The report just came out now. Okay, that's interesting. Have I seen any Black Mirror, Omni? I've seen 2 episodes of Black Mirror. I've seen the one with the politician and the pig, and I've seen the video game one, the fighting game one, with I think Anthony Mackie was in it. I've seen the video game where the two best friends end up using their video game avatars to fall in love. What's up, Memento Mori? How are you? Hi, everyone. Just popped in time to hear Omni's story about his close encounter with Jillian. Amazing. Thrilled for you, Omni, and we'll get to meet the cast in PA. Yes, indeed. Cross my fingers, no one cancels. Damn, I think I need to rewatch X-Files at some point. I was thinking about doing a rewatch on Patreon, because I really do want to just kind of sit down and go through it. Though there is a reactor that Dakara, that I got turned on to, I think by somebody in the chat. I forget who actually steered me to her channel. She's just started it on her Patreon and is doing like the full-length reactions of all of it. Only on episode 7 of season 1 right now, but I have an X-Files fix, but I also kind of want to go through it myself too. You should do an X-Files rewatch on the channel. I wish more people watched it. Maybe Ryan Coogler's new series will get people going back again. And Jillian just recently, again, reiterated that she's open to returning. And Ryan Coogler himself says he's talked with Jillian. I know a lot of her pain points was with the people and the crew that has previously worked on everything. So having fresh blood in there might actually be the thing we need to keep her tied in with it. But either way, yes, Ryan Coogler's new X-Files series is on the horizon. Sheldor, maybe it's Waller. Peter Boyle, while you were sleeping reaction. Yes, yeah. Pixar, second that. I would watch. Yes, Annabelle the doll, thought you found it. It's a great time to be a geek with so much content. Maybe Annabelle the doll is just out there killing people. Could be, who knows? I think they were touring the Annabelle doll. Okay, that makes sense. And then I guess they lost it. That makes way more sense. Loved the Thing reveal about the knight to Thing. Visually was corny and unnecessary, but I loved it. I loved it. In case you were slow on the uptick, I thought it was cheesy as hell and it was corny as hell, but it made me laugh so hard. One cool Easter egg from Peacemaker was Creature Commando's characters are referenced. Lex says next door cellmates are a glowing twink with cartoon eyes who might be Dr. Phosphorus. I don't think that's who he was talking about, personally. I don't know who he's talking about, and who knows about the bear skin man with the dragon skin. So a lot of people said maybe Killer Croc, but I was thinking maybe Dragon King, but who knows? Anyone notice in the chat is back to normal and when someone in the chat has disappeared? Weird, huh? Right? Very weird. Got a little more drunk and I'm not writing as much. All good, all good, all good. Peacemaker's face is shown to be melting or distorted in the episode. This could be a hint to higher villain messing with things to foreshadow the finale. I think it's as simple as the world is starting to droop, starting to sag. I think it was about reality starting to break for him. I think that's all that was meant to symbolize. If it means something bigger, I'll honestly be a little surprised. Chris is going to have to, because his dad knows that he killed his son. That's true. Definitely look up Alex Hirsch versus SMP. Once you finish the show, it's Alex reading all of the letters he and Disney had back and forth on Disney's changes in scripts and sets on stuff for Gravity Falls. Interesting. Okay, I will definitely look into that once we kind of get closer to the end of everything, or, well, at the end. Love building Legos. Still got my Nightmare Before Christmas set to build. Been keeping it aside for my time off. Hell yeah, man. I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you love it. I don't know if I just don't have the time or the patience for it anymore. Hope you're doing good. What's up, Pixel Dream Day? Galaxy? Well, I was about to say daddy. I don't know why I was about to say daddy. Anyway, been a little rough for me this week. Watching you made the week better. Oh, that means so much for me. And also, shouts out to the Hunter profile picture. Gotta love that poor little sad boy. But thank you. I'm glad we can bring a little light into everybody's life at the end of the day, even if it's just a little bit, a little reprieve. Don't be sad, I stuck around. Takes more than weirdness, headache to get rid of me. Well, you're a tough one, that's why. That doesn't even account for the non-superhero projects on me. House of the Dragon Season 3, Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, GTA 6, Mando and Grogu. Yeah, 126 is going to be a wild year, I'm sure. Plus, Hell of a Boss Season 3. Not that we have confirmation, but I would be shocked if we didn't get Season 3 in 2026. But who knows? That's not confirmed, so don't take that and run away with it, anybody. Kind of back to normal now. Also, X-Men 97 Season 2 is in 2026 as well. God damn, man. I think the problem has effed off. I was totally normal. You were fine. You weren't part of the problem. No, yeah. No, you're good. You're good. What's up? I believe in Joe Henry. How are you? What's up? It makes sense that Adrian would be fighting for POCs just based off of the beautiful monologue he gave in the prison trying to fight Augie. Oh, that was still one of the best scenes in the first season. Oh, God. Him, like, just going off on that table, just sitting down, then beating the fuck out of everybody was fantastic. Any Gravity Falls theories? Right now, nothing more than any of the ones I've spouted off in my videos as of yet. This is Geek. I'm in the process of transferring my YouTube channel from my school email to my personal email, so here's my wrestling account. Well, welcome. Thanks for clearing it up. Let's see. Plus, Buffy had a movie which I need to rewatch. I've only watched it once in ages. I don't even think that the movie is canon to the show. Not perfectly. There's some things that I'm pretty sure the show is a separate continuity altogether with some loose connections, if I remember right. I can't remember either. I haven't seen either in a long time, and I definitely have not seen the Buffy movie in a long time. Do you think that someone from Earth X will get stuck on Earth 1 like Keith or Augie? I didn't consider that, but it is possible. That would be interesting. Did Brainiac intercept this chat? I don't know, but someone did at a point. But it's calmed down. Didn't mean to laugh, but the whole town chasing ads is just crazy upon seeing her, right? Crocodile's a good one. Yes, he is. Economos immediately gave up Peacemaker as being from another universe. Yes, he did, because he's a little bitch. But then again, I'm not surprised. Isn't Kuro the one with the pink hair? If so, yes, I love him. Was the one with the zipper. Kuro he's the cat guy with the tuxedo, the butler, and with Kaya with the razor fingers. That's Kuro of the 1,000 Plans or whatever his name was, his full name. Fuck, why am I blanking on the island's name? Usopp's home island. Anyway, talking to Bryan Cranston, he's doing theater here in London from November to February, which is exciting. And I saw Joe Locke's show this week. Hell yeah! I'm not surprised you've seen all of these things, though. What's up, D. Cole? I was late and I fell asleep. Let's talk about Peacemaker Season 2 Ignorance. Chris, was that episode crazy? Yes, it was. Such a long time since I saw the episode that introduced them. I forgot who was who. It's all good, all good. Let's see. It was illegal for regular citizens to have guns in 1940s Germany, so it's historically accurate for a USA government derived from that regime. That's interesting. I did not know that. I just, like, obviously I know a lot of it's rooted in that, but we don't know to what extent. So I also wasn't sure, because I would just kind of be shocked that if racist rednecks in the US who are typically gun-toting wouldn't have guns. I thought that was interesting, but you make a very there's a lot of historical clues all throughout it, so you're probably way closer at that point. So what you're saying is probably a little more on the nose for what they were going for. I was caught up all in One Piece, so I don't remember early episodes well. I'm not surprised. I mean, there's too much One Piece almost. I've seen the show called Dexter. It's good and peak. I've never seen it. I've heard good things about it though. Maybe Jillian's an Omni super fan. That would be wild, but I highly doubt it. Though, I think I've only talked about one thing she's been in on the channel since we've had it, other than X-Files, obviously. But Hannibal, when I finally finished that, I think I posted a review for it. Because she's in the Hannibal TV series. Yeah, I did a Hannibal series review back in 2020. She's fantastic in that, though. There's a Dublin Comic-Con, no idea of the dates, but let's do a pub crawl. I need to get my passport renewed, so I do need to do that at some point, eventually anyway. But yeah, I would love to go to just Ireland in general. Okay, bye Omni, gotta go now. Bye Ginger, hope you sleep well, unlike I did. I hope you get some sleep, Joe. Enjoy! Love Dreamland 2 for humorous ones. I just want to know what Economos did to deserve that. Could there be a possibility in Keith's mind that he was Peacemaker's friend, but I guess he was hiding, and it seemed like he was a sneak attack? I think it was like, what are you fucking doing in my house kind of thing, but who knows? That also asks the question that if he did just stand there and told Keith he was Peacemaker's friend, maybe that wouldn't have happened. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I love your channel. Thank you, Bianca. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. How crazy was it for Keith to say one got out of black? Pretty wild, but it was very... Hey, if you didn't figure it out by that point, somebody had to scream it out loud just in case anybody in the audience was still a little slow on the uptick there. I think so. Oh, the actor who plays Chuck McGill is so good too. Yes, Chuck. What's his name though? It's Michael... Fuck. What's his name? It's Michael McKean. Michael McKean. I always forget his last name. Yeah, he's fantastic in that. Maybe no one except for Keith's family are allowed to be in his house. Also very possible. The second movie is not great except for Mark Snow's score. I think it's okay. It's okay. Again, it's just underwhelming for being away from the series for so many years, and that's what we come back to, you know? I'm scared of this person who wants to hurt me or my mom. Are you okay? I mean, if somebody's like threatening you guys, I probably go the police, I guess. I hope everything's okay though. I just got back from a reveal party. It's officially a baby boy. Hell yeah. Congrats to the family. Spider-Man came out 2018, Miles Morales in 2020, Spider-Man 2022, Wolverine 2026, Pokemon by that schedule. I'm guessing Spider-Man 3 in 2028. Quite possibly. Musings of a cigarette smoking man. That's my favorite episode of the show, but I do feel like you need a little context going into it. A lot of that episode is predicated on your relationship with him, his relationship with the characters, and what you've kind of learned up to that point, or think you've learned up to that point. It doesn't work as well, I think, as a standalone episode without a lot of context. So that's why I don't go with it, but it is my favorite episode. What's up? It's Reese. It's Reese. How are you? Love your content. Thank you. Your hair looks nice and fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. My favorite Black Mirror episode is the Star Trek inspired one. Interesting. If you rewatch on Patreon, will it be like pop-up video with Omni, with you including trivia and facts? If that's the thing, I don't know like how to make it stand out, because it's not like I do know what's happening. I like know these things so well. It'd be more of like a commentary track. I do think it might be fun to like maybe if I had like notes for trivia to pop it up throughout, if I could have something, because I don't know as much trivia as I would like to say that I do. I know some, but I don't know a lot. But maybe to kind of add some stuff to it, I think that would be kind of fun. I actually watched the X-Files movie, the first one, before I watched the show, and I got it. Yeah, like you said, you can, like I said, you can get it, but there's why it starts the way it does and why it ends the way it does and what's happening in the middle. There's a lot of things, like you can get the gist of it, but there's a lot of things that I feel like you're just thrown in the middle of the story is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Because there's a whole reason why they're where they're at the start that happened in the previous seasons. And then there's a whole reason why it ends the way it does to set up what comes next. So it's such a bridge. So like it works fine on its own, like perfectly fine. But I don't know. It's just the middle of a story, really, at the end of the day. Let's see. Already I gotta go. Have a fabulous night, everyone. You too, Memento Mori. You too. Wouldn't be surprised if Brainiac was the one pulling the strings on Earth X. It was Brainiac all along. I think we're saving Brainiac for Man of Tomorrow. But I don't think anybody's pulling any strings over here, personally. When I said geek, I meant Geek Ledger. That's what I assumed. I actually assumed that's who you meant. I mean, I guess it could have been any other person with geek in their name, but I assumed it was Geek Ledger. So I assumed correctly, at least. Did I watch Lucifer? I can't remember. I have never seen Lucifer, not the TV show. I have not. Yaha, movie separate. Huh? What? Which movie is separate? Yes, you are remembering right about Buffy and Buffy movie. Oh, right, the Buffy movie, yeah. They are not, because I think there's a different version of those events in the series, if I remember right. Because I think initially when I was watching Buffy the show, I was confused because some things didn't line up with what I just saw in the movie. Because I had seen the movie before I saw the show, I'm pretty sure. Fun fact, the Buffy movie was Ben Affleck's first role and they dubbed over his voice. It's been so long, I didn't even know that was Ben Affleck. And now I want to rewatch it knowing they dubbed over him. Brainiac is DC's Mephisto, where the next 5 years fans will think everything is Brainiac. And then they'll be in denial when there's actual Brainiac references, like in Superman and Lois, like where while he wasn't an alien, a Kaluan, or a robot or anything, the person that was helping Lex in the final season of Superman and Lois, he was Brainiac. But like, no matter how much I said it and how much evidence there was, I still had some people being like, dude, there's no Brainiac. And I was just like, fuck. Symbols literally on his laptop background home screen. Like, fuck off. Anyway, I find myself always saying bye the way Hunter and Ida do. Bye. Also, my Adventures of Superman Season 3 in 2026. Okay, I'll stop now. God damn, man. It's mine, it's my best friends, and my brothers. There's some Buffy. Check out Awkward Ashley reactions if you haven't. Is she watching the show or are you for the movie? I subbed to Ashley, but I don't remember if I watched any of her Buffy stuff. Buffy related stuff. Gamer subs. Gotta get them titty cups. I'd totally go for a Gamer Subs sponsorship. Oh no, you can check out Dakara Lucifer reactions. I like her X-Files stuff so far. It's the first stuff of hers that I've seen, Dakara. So I'm might branch out into some other stuff eventually. I do eventually want to watch Lucifer, even if it's not going to be up to Sandman comparisons, but I would like to watch it at some point. I mean, he cameoed in the Arrowverse as the same character, so I would like to get some background on him at least. Economist is giving literally everything to Keith. Everybody keeps saying Keith, but to Augie, because Economos was attacked by August. Keith is the brother. I think maybe people might just be mixing up names. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting something. You don't need to spit out everything, but to be fair, sudden knife to the hand would make anyone think irrationally. It's also Economos, and he's a little bitch, which he constantly loves to point out. And that's why. I enjoyed Jillian on that show about different gods. I can't remember what it was called. I'm pretty sure it was American Gods. But the first season was great. Orlando Jones' speech on the slave ship is one of my favorite TV moments ever. Oh, damn. Orlando Jones is in that show? I don't think I've seen him on anything in a long time. I've never actually seen American Gods. I heard that was a really good show for a little while. I can't remember if it was that or maybe it was Westworld that some people were like, oh, it started to fall off after X and X season or whatever. But I did know she was in American Gods. I can't remember who she played because she was in that. I think isn't she in The Crown as well, Jillian? I need to watch more Jillian stuff. I've seen way more David stuff than I've seen Jillian stuff. Do I plan on adding more anime to the channel? I do plan on eventually adding more anime. Don't worry. When though? I don't know. I don't know yet. Sorry, my words get mixed up sometimes. Still warning. It's all good, but it sometimes makes it really difficult to answer any of your questions, and I don't want to upset you accidentally. The fact that Peacemaker is doing a race kind of what-if storyline is making me interested. Hell yeah. It's kind of a core component of season 1 and 2, honestly, is him overcoming and working through his upbringing. Apparently, I'm not going to be watching this season 3 of Wednesday. Season 2 for me is the last of it. Why? Why is it the last that you're watching? Kiana Shamel, American Gods. I didn't watch it, but I love the Orlando Jones speech on the slave ship. American Gods, thank you. It's going to drive me nuts. I'm curious about this scene, but also if I end up reacting to the show, I don't want to end up spoiling myself at some point. So, damn it. Life's Like a Box of Chocolates speech from Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man is one of my favorite scenes from any show or film. Plus, he has a point. Yeah. The way that he deconstructs, flips, and has his own box of chocolates speech, like the Forrest Gump one, is so cynical and twisted, and he's got a point. I love it. You're right. It is one of my favorite scenes in that episode. And just, it's such a sad one too, when you see behind the curtain. It's a great behind the curtain of your villain, because he's one of my favorite villains in all of TV and cinema history. And I just love the way it gives you a little bit of a glimpse into to behind the veil a little bit. People need to stop doing fireworks for part 2 of Wednesday, please. Doing fireworks? I'm not sure what you mean there. Do you think the Wolverine game will reference Spider-Man? Probably. There's probably a good chance. Correct. There is an episode of Buffy that shows the same events as the movie. Okay, I'm glad that I remember that, but I think one of the things too, because like, especially when I was growing up, I was such a stickler for trying to make things make sense, and obviously that really hasn't changed. So I had a hard time. I remember when I first watched Buffy being really confused about the relationship with the movie. So I was always a little like gray on that area, I think. Will probably take a lifetime, but the reactions from you that I'm waiting for the most is X-Men 97 Season 2. Where is it? Whenever it comes out. Whenever it fucking comes out, man, we will be right on top of it. Awkward Ashley's watching the show and has also done the movie. Cool, cool. I'm still waiting on her to finish the View Universe stuff. You know, she started most of them, then she stopped. Might watch the Buffy movie after my rewatch of the series. People are in denial that there are more than one version of Brainiac. They only think he's an alien who collects cities. He also lived his life hiding as a human for a long time, and the identity that he used was the name of that hacker that Lex was partnered up with. So yeah, there's so many different iterations of all these different people, man. Did you watch Fringe? Did you spend your time comparing it to X-Files? I have not watched Fringe yet. I've had a lot of people recommend it to me as kind of a pseudo successor to X-Files, but I've never actually sat down and gave it a chance just yet. I do think we'll see Brainiac collecting cities in Man of Tomorrow, though. I do as well. If we do get Brainiac in the DCU, I think it'll be more what most people think of when we think of Brainiac. The more traditional version, more than likely. Another top tier show that's probably a lot of things Fringe got from X-Files. Yeah. I think Spike was completely ruined in Buffy. Anyone else with me? I think we talked about that a little bit last week as well. I really liked Westworld. Series 3 dipped a bit, but then it made sense once paired with Season 4. Plus, I thought it had a satisfying ending. They had a season planned, but it got canceled, right? It just abruptly ended. Wasn't it one of the ones that got kind of screwed over by the changeover with Warner Brothers or something? I can't remember. I might be mixing it up with something else. Jillian is great in The Fall and Sex Education. Those are two other ones that are great. I really wanted to watch The Fall. That was one that really appealed to me, and I just never really got around to watching it, though. Fringe is so good. Another series I need to rewatch. Westworld falls off after the first season. Second season is 5, but still okay. So watch anything that Evan Rachel Wood and Jeffrey Wright are in. Oh, Jeffrey Wright is such a phenomenal actor, man. Evan Rachel Wood. I recognize the name, but I'm not putting a face to it. Have I seen anything with her? I don't recognize her. I mean, she was a voice in Frozen 2. That doesn't help me any. No, I've seen absolutely nothing she's been in, so that's probably why. Did I hear my emo boy mention? You did, because somebody mentioned the Lucifer series, which I talked about very briefly about wanting to check out, because considering in Sandman when Lucifer leaves hell in that episode of Sandman season 2 to go leave behind the responsibilities of guarding hell or whatever, in the comics at least, that's when Lucifer leaves to go essentially start that comic run that inspired the TV show. Not that the TV show is an accurate representation of that, but that would have been a jumping off point that I thought would have been interesting to kind of get into that. Let's see. Sex Education Season 1 is one of my all-time favorite seasons of teen drama. Let's see. I think you're a very nice guy and very sweet, and you can be. I have a hard time being patient with stuff, too. I do my best, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And thank you so much for the compliments. I try. I can very much so lose my patience sometimes. I am a human being after all. I think your hair is really glowing today. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Pokemon? You don't have to. Are you talking about rewatches? Is that what you were talking about? Is that why you brought up Pokemon? Have ever watched Nancy Drew? I have not. Ashley does franchises like View Askew on Fridays, and franchises of the month is voted on Patreon. View Askew has been on the polls but hasn't won. But it won before, and she did all of the View Askew stuff up until that point, but she hasn't. That's why I was confused, because it already won once before, and she had done everything up until, what, Clerks 2, and then stopped. Because there's still 2 more View Askew movies she hasn't watched. That's why I was confused. Because she's done all the other ones. The way it ended, although abrupt, made sense. Okay, that's fair. It was canceled, but no season 5, and season 4 did end in a way that made a decent ending. That's good, at least. That's good. That's good. She was in True Blood. Never seen it. Do you remember the Buffy episode? That's the same as the movie? Have I gone past it? I don't remember it well enough. 13 shortly? No. Nope. Never watched Fringe either. That's a coincidence. I think I wasn't ready for the new X-Files when it aired. Yeah, I'm very apprehensive when people pitch something as the new version of this, or this is kind of filling that void. I'm like, fuck you. You can't fill that void, you little bitch. Get out of here. No. Who do you think you are? That's how I kind of get with some things like that. You know, things that try to fill that gap or whatever. So I that's definitely how I felt when it first came out. And since then, I've just never really got around to it. Yeah, I've also never seen Practical Magic. How will the 2 episodes of Peacemaker season 2 end? Who knows? Love Though You Will Be Okay instrumental in the background. Hell yeah. Did you go check out Frost FM for some great remixes? True Blood is great though, or 2, because she does 4 things of the franchise 4 Fridays. Okay, interesting. So he's gotta win again for you to finish the other things. She did 5. That's why I was saying she did 5 of them though. Whatever, I don't care. She could run her channel however she wants. I'm just sitting here waiting for Clerks 3 and Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I still watch a lot of her other stuff anyway. I'm just being a little butthead. Have I seen Blade Runner 1982? I have not. I've not seen any of the Blade Runners. No, not yet, at least. I'll wait for it to win again. First, if you haven't watched Gotham, you should think about doing a reaction to it on the channel. I have. I did a rant about the series finale on the channel way back when. I didn't react to it on the channel, but I was doing I did a review for it, the finale, because that was before I was doing episode reactions and stuff. What was that? It was series finale review was in 2019 is when I posted that video. I hated that finale, man. I did not like it. Exactly that. But I love the show. The show's great. Oh, and secondly, have you watched The Good Place? I have not watched The Good Place. I've seen a couple of pieces from it because girlfriend she had watched it. I hadn't watched it though, but I'd always maybe I'd walked in on it a time or two, but I haven't watched it myself. And lastly, they were right. Your hair is amazing today. Well, thank you guys. It is being a little annoying though. It's starting to get a little frizzy. Exactly that. Do you think Sue Storm is the new female badass of the MCU, or is the Scarlet Witch still coming back? I think Scarlet Witch might actually be dead. The further away we get away from it. I love Captain Marvel, but she's hated, sadly. Not by me, but Carol Danvers is a badass. Yeah, I think she could be one of the new badasses for sure. I don't think she's really filling anybody's void, though. Did you know the actor who played Victoria in Twilight had to be cast in another movie? I mean, I'm sure a lot of them have been cast in other movies, unless I'm misunderstanding your question. I mean, you should watch The Good Place. You get into it on an analysis level. Yeah, I'm sure I saw like one scene. Honestly, the only scene I remember was they were debating about the how difficult it is to be morally ethical as a human being living in the world we live in. because they're like, well, how do you even end up here or something like that. I remember seeing like a little bit of like this like debate about what, like, how can you possibly avoid doing certain things in the world we live in? And it's just like, I don't know. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of, if a lot of the show is like that, there'd be a lot of interesting conversations I'm sure we could have. The creator of True Blood is the executive producer of Banshee, one of, if not the definitive, the greatest action show ever, which stars Anthony Starr, Homelander. Never heard of Banshee. Never heard of that one. Interesting though. That's quite the claim there. Greatest action show ever. Interesting. Favorite sin from Hell of a Boss. From Hell of a Boss specifically, if we're including all of the sins, it's 100% Lucifer. But if we're only the ones introduced in Hell of a Boss, probably Ozzy. I think hands down Ozzy. Good Place is a brilliant show. You should definitely get around to the Blade Runner movies. I do want to eventually. And I'm sure we will. Recast. I think that's what Bianca means. Oh. You know, who even was Victoria in Twilight? Oh, right. Okay. I forgot. Such a nothing ass character. Sorry. I'll be honest, I didn't even realize they recast when I watched. Anyway. I didn't hate Gotham finale. Sorry, not sorry. I thought it was absolute garbage. It was so, for me, one of the most disappointing finales I have seen next to Buffy. Like, it's in that top 5 worst finales for me, alongside the Buffy finale, How I Met Your Mother, and that. Also, sad fact, fun but sad fact, HBO created Banshee, but the reason behind it is criminally underrated, is it was sent to be aired on Cinemax. Yeah, Cinemax. Interesting. Okay. Fun. Rebecca's rolling over something there. It might have been my Twilight comments, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? I say stupid shit all the time. It could be anything. Anyway, we're at the end of the chat. We're all caught up. Well, we got a new one from Bianca here. I'll let it flow in. Let's see. What is your favorite song movie Saw is a horror movie? My favorite song from a horror movie? Is that what you mean? I don't know. I mean, I got such a love for the Halloween theme, but there's also the Saw reveal music that kicks in every movie that is a badass as hell. So it's either between the original Halloween theme for Michael Myers or that, I would say. I've been missing your comments? No, I haven't. I read your last one that I got that was in. There was one, the most recent one was directed at another person in the chat, to Kiana. And then the one before that was you coming back from the reveal party. You said it was officially a baby boy, which I commented on and read out loud. And then those are the only 2 comments I've had from you in the last hour and a half. If I've been missing them, it's because YouTube hasn't given them to me. They're not here. If you scroll through the chat, they're not here. I've read all of the ones that actually appear in the chat. The Queen of the Damned soundtrack is great. I've never seen Queen of the Damned. I've never seen it, actually. It's another one I haven't gotten around to. Hellboss remix in the background of the streams hit different now that I watched the show. I love it. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, and thank you for getting. It'll be okay in my head again. You are very, very welcome. You Will Be Okay is an amazing song. It's one of my favorites from Hell of a Boss. And I love singing it. It's one of my favorite ones to sing, especially driving around like that. The Queen of the Damned movie is all right. The soundtrack, though, is great. Thought for the day, do you think that, or if we'll be happy for our entire lives if we would die feeling like we missed out on something? Chronic pessimistic blog. That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. Do you think, who do you think is a stronger fighter, Miguel Diaz or Robbie Keane? Miguel. Miguel. By the end of the show, Miguel, probably, hands down, I'd say. Anyway, we've caught up, guys. I'm going to call it there. It's been an interesting chat, to say the least. At least this last hour has been way more normal. So that's been fine, at least. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for your patience. For being there and being supportive, as I almost had a mental breakdown this stream, but I will catch you guys next week. Real quick, 10K did throw a last little thing here. What's my favorite bar game, favorite drink? Bar game is pool. Favorite drink, probably a margarita or a what's the word? A daiquiri, or probably high up on that list. Dawson Carpenter, all right, take care, man. Have a great weekend, everybody. I must go, but this was a fun first time. The Omni Thirst support group, y'all are good. Y'all are a good time. Omni good sir, my DMs are always open. Oh my god, you guys. I appreciate it though. I love the love. Not whiskey? I appreciate a specific kind, but if I want to guarantee I'm going to enjoy the drink, I'll go fruity all the time. Also, Kiana, relax. But yeah, thirst away. I always love a good thirst. Am I good at pool? I'm okay at pool. I'm good at pool. I'm not great, but I'm okay. Interesting chat is one way of putting it. Yeah, interesting is putting it very, very lightly. Anyway, guys, take it easy, and I'll catch you guys next Saturday for hopefully a more stable stream. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. Do your best, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.